football memories include winning the 2023 MIAA Championship and the slip and slide after the last day of summer practice. Our next senior is number 52, Nick Miles. Nick is escorted this afternoon by his mom, Deborah, and dad, Nick Sr., as well as his family and friends. After high school, Nick intends to go to college to play football and major in business and finance. Nick's favorite football memory is celebrating in the locker room with his team after the St. Mary's game. Nick's favorite memory this year has been getting to meet new people, build new relationships, and get involved with his new school community. Our next senior is number 3, Noah Robinson. Escorted by mom Monica, dad Victor, and siblings Lauren, Aaron, and Benjamin, Noah is a 2-year member of the football team who has also run cross country and plays basketball. Upon graduation, Noah plans to go to college and major in business management. Noah's favorite football memory is winning the championship last year, while his favorite school memory is freshman year Mr. Holtmeyer's religion class. Escorted by parents Danny and Sarah, Grandma Gertrude, and the Smith family, our next senior is number 75, Matthew Smith. A 2-year member of the football team, he also throws shot put and discus for the track and field team. After high school, Matt plans on playing football in college and majoring in accounting or finance. Matt's favorite sports memories are winning the MIAA championship and setting the shot put record, while his favorite school memory is the Topgolf field trip. Not here today, and yet we honor number 1, Sydney Stewart. And our next senior this afternoon, number 21, Logan Tawney. Escorted by his parents, Kim and Andrew, Logan is a 4-year Saints athlete in lacrosse, with this being his first year playing football. After high school, Logan plans to go on to trade school. Logan's favorite football memories come from the team's pregame meals, while his favorite school memory is having lunch in Coach Berger's office. Escorted by his mom, Andrea Pumphrey, and dad, Wade Warren Sr., our next senior this afternoon is number 8, Wade Warren Jr. A first-year member of the Concordia Prep football team, Wade intends to continue playing college football and majoring in finance. Wade's favorite memories from this year include getting close with his brothers on the team and beating Archbishop Curley. Our next senior this afternoon is number 7, Jordan Williams. Jordan is escorted by his mom, Rachel, stepdad, Donald, and brother, Brody. Jordan is also a member of the FIFA Club here at Concordia Prep. Jordan's favorite memories come from summer workouts, especially the slip and slide at practice. Escorted by his mom, Yolanda Hart, dad, Ricardo Winchester Sr., and sister Diamond, our next senior is number 2, Ricardo Rico Winchester. A 2-year member of the football team, Rico has plans of either playing college football or entering trade school. Rico's favorite memory from Concordia Prep is his first workout with Coach Chuck, so much so that he remembers the date of March 18th, 2023. Our next senior this afternoon is manager Jada Mae Morgan. Jada is escorted by her mom, Michelle Rodriguez, and dad, Ben Morgan. Jada has been a football manager for 2 years and has also spent 4 years as a cheerleader and running track here at Concordia Prep. Upon graduation, Jada plans on majoring in sports medicine in college. Jada's favorite football memory is last year's championship, while her favorite school memory is Spirit Days during homecoming week. Escorted by dad, John, mom, Deborah, and brother Johnny, our next senior is manager Amelia Perez. Amelia has been a football manager for 2 years and also plays varsity basketball. After high school, Amelia plans on going to college and has been accepted in the University of Pittsburgh for pre-med athletic training. Amelia's favorite football memory is being with the team when we won the MIAA B Conference Championship, while her favorite school memory is Powder Puff junior year. Our final senior this afternoon is number 22 and now manager, Colton Seifert. Colton is escorted this afternoon by his mom, Krista, dad, Chad, and sisters, Mackenzie and Charlie. Colton is a 2-year member of the football program and also plays lacrosse and is involved in the fall play here at Concordia Prep. Colton is committed to play D2 lacrosse at the University of Mount Olive and plans to major in finance and minor in economics. Colton's favorite football memory is winning the championship his junior year, while his favorite school memory is being in Coach Berger's office for lunch junior year. Once again, let's congratulate and thank all of our seniors. At the end of the first quarter, we will also honor our seniors and our cheerleading squad. gentlemen, welcome to Saints Field for today's MIAA A Conference matchup between the visiting Greyhounds of Gilman and your Concordia Prep Saints. Concordia Prep School and the MIAA promote good sportsmanship by students, athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, ethnic, sexist, or other intimidating comments or actions directed at officials, students, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. We thank you in advance for your cooperation. This afternoon, as we prepare for kickoff, we have one more important announcement. For the past several weeks, our school has been sharing that something big was coming to Concordia Prep. We've had some good guesses from students, alumni, and faculty. Students were able to get an earlier reveal last night at our traditional variety show, so most of them already know about our big news. Now it's you, the rest of our Saints community and friends gathered here today, who get to find out. Concordia Prep used to have something similar a long time ago, back in the 80s. In fact, so well, over 40 years ago. Now as we prepare to enter our 60th founding year, we're bringing something special back, and it is now time for you to meet our newest Concordia Prep family member. Concordia Prep Saints, are you ready? Join me now in giving a warm Saints welcome here to our newest resident of 1145 Concordia Drive, Concordia Prep's mascot, my friend and soon to be yours, Luther the Saint Bernard. At this time, we would now like to start, as we start all things here at Concordia Prep, in prayer. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, you have created us to strive for the best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, officials, and fans the strength to pursue excellence, our best for your glory, during this event and in all that we do. We pray for the safety of all participants, protect them from injury and harm. And finally, Lord, we pray for your continued grace, asking that you would provide us with the needed endurance to pursue our heavenly prize, eternal life in your Son, Jesus. Amen. We invite all to rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
The third Saturday in October, historically reserved for old rivalries in college football. And while Greyhound Saints doesn't quite have a heated feud just yet, something could be blossoming here on this October fall day. The Greyhounds will try to march into Saints Field on 1145 Concordia Drive and look to play spoiler to Senior Day and Homecoming Weekend. It's Gilman. It is Concordia Prep. What more could we want? I am Griffin Bass. I'll be on the call, as always, joined up in the CPS press box alongside the venturesome Miles Goodman.
I like that.
It's been too long, my friend.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks with a bye and a couple of tough weeks, but we're back. We're back. We're still in it. I'm hoping to see we get a lot of Luther the St. Bernard today, because that means we're going to score a bunch of points. There's a lot going on. We've got a new quarterback to watch today. It's a beautiful day, beautiful fall day. Playoff implications still. So I think we see how this unfolds. We're going to get the ball first, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, you mentioned a very beautiful fall day. It's getting a little crisp over the last couple nights, but we are going to reach it's going to get close to 70 degrees, if not surpass 70 at some point throughout the game. But yeah, this is going to be a fun one. Concordia Prep, Gilman. Now it is officially a league matchup between these two. They have met the last couple seasons, as Gilman will send this one deep. And it will be fielded right inside their own corner. I believe that's Tony Brown on the return for the Saints. Before he is brought down inside his own 30. It looks like he got across the 25, so solid return off the opening kick from the kicker, Connor Sorial. Gilman coming in. They are 4-3. They are 4-3 overall.
So I think the big story is we have Cam Falcon now a quarterback, and this is we'll have to see how they choose to run this offense. If they are going to be more conservative, come out in actually a pretty interesting formation to start.
It looks like Cam Falcon right now is the nearest one to the screen, or the nearest one to the sideline here. He's going to get the snap. He'll hand it off to Nick Blagman. But yeah, Falcon, the freshman, going to be getting the start here. Harford County kid. He actually played for the Maryland Heat, a really strong, prestigious program, actually out in PG County, just outside DC. But Coach Batts and this coaching staff have a lot of belief in him. Justin Dixon injuring his hand last Friday against Spalding, so he's unavailable today. And Falcon getting the opening series snaps here. He's going to hand it off to Blagman again, and Blagman running hard, going off his left tackle there. Pick up another positive gain on 2nd and 5. Yeah, going to bring up a 3rd and short here as we are just a minute in. This Gilman team, they are 2-2 in MIAA play so far. This
is already a different look. It's more of not necessarily a hurry-up offense, but it's a no huddle offense. They've got Gilman a little bit off balance.
Gilman looking like they're crowding the line of scrimmage now. 5-man front for the Greyhounds. Greyhounds are in the white jerseys. They got the navy pants. They're going to be moving right to left here in our opening quarter of action. Concordia Prep celebrating homecoming and Senior Day today. They are in the all reds with the silver helmets. Another little bit of a high snap down, but they get the handoff to Tony Brown on the jet sweep, who's trying to get to the edge, but a really nice tackle by Gilman I think that prevents him from the first down.
Yeah.
Big tackle there. Isaiah Trusty, the junior linebacker, penetrating through the line of scrimmage.
I think Destin Mitchell had made a really nice block that almost freed him in the backfield.
Yeah, it looks like they were able to bring down 2 blocks, but Tony Brown was trying to get to the edge there, and he could not get across. He's trying to get to the 42. Looks like he just got past the 40, so it's going to be 4th and 2 here. And it looks like Concordia Prep wants to keep the offense out there. Coach Batts, offensive coordinator Will Thompson being aggressive here.
Interesting setup, play in the wind.
Got Noah Robinson out wide, but Blagman in the backfield.
On a short field.
Blagman's going to get the handoff, and he's got enough for the first down. He's across the 40, still moving his legs. He gets close to the 50. A nice run, a nice gain on 4th and 2 for Blagman.
Credit to the coaching staff. That was a very first drive. You're inside your own 50, and you go for it. That's establishing That's establishing what you're going to do today.
Nice run there from the junior Nick Blagman, having a really nice season, and you know, a big part why you don't expect this Concordia offense to really lose too much, despite losing their starting sophomore quarterback Justin
Another
Dixon.
hole.
Yeah, and Blagman just going straight ahead forward, a really nice hole going right up the middle. Great job by the offensive line to get a big push there on first down.
I think I have an idea of what we're going to see today. A lot of Nick Blagman, a lot of runs. I think are in the play calling. A lot of misdirection.
And then that could really play in favor for the freshman Falcon as well, because if Gilman starts to start stacking the box a bit more, make sure they can try to stop Blagman, Tony Brown, whatever that running back ends up being. It's Tony Brown this time, and he bumps out to the outside, and another nice tackle by Trusty, Isaiah Trusty, doing a great job of bringing down Tony Brown on his last 2 carries. Trusty, part of the junior linebacker duo for Gilman. Him alongside Messiah Jews. Those 2 juniors leading this defense for Gilman. Going to likely play a big role today if they want to try and stop Concordia Prep's rushing attack.
I think we really almost have to look at everything now as 4-down territory, unless you're really pinned back. It appears that that's going to be the MO. Just go for it and go for it.
They got third and about 4 here. Tony Brown in motion, and they're going to fake the jet sweep, and Falcon's going to keep it. He gets across the line of scrimmage, but he's going to be held up right at the 45-yard line. A nice stop by the defensive line of the Greyhounds.
So 4th and a long 3.
Yeah, 4th and 3. 7.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Concordia Prep receiving the opening kickoff, picking up a couple first downs here now. Moving the ball all right, but got a 4th and 3 now. Can they continue the drive? And this is a little bit more familiar what we've seen when we see Justin Dixon run the offense. They get to that line of scrimmage quick, try to tire out that defensive line, make them lose focus. They almost jumped on the last 4th and short that Gilman front did. They don't this time. They give it to Blagman again, and Blagman is going to try and dive forward, but he is going to be stopped at the 43-yard line. Had to get to the 42. He couldn't do it. A good stand from Gilman.
Came up about a half-yard short.
Yeah, it comes up a half-yard short. Gilman, nice stand. Turnover on downs. And now we will get our first look at the Gilman offense here this afternoon. Just inside 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Well, that was an interesting set of downs. I think we've established that we're going to run the ball a lot. But now the defense has to step up. We're watching Gilman's kicking game pregame, and they've got some pretty good kickers.
There's Braden Smearman on the bootleg here to the near side. Dodges one tackler. That was Colin Wilson in pursuit of Smearman, and it forces Smearman to have to get rid of it quick. He was trying to get it to, I believe that was Griffin Graham. Strong name on that kid. But just out of reach from Graham. So falls incomplete, 2nd and 10 here after their opening play for Gilman.
We're already down to 6:49 in the first quarter.
That's one thing that will happen if Concordia Prep continues to run the ball like they did on that first drive. Keep the clock moving until we get a whistle from our referees. Stopping things now. It looks like that's Jaden Dixon.
A substitution?
Maybe an equipment issue, it looks like. As I see, it looks like they're messing with his helmet now, his face mask. So Jaden Dixon has to step out for a play. Hurry Makai Macbeth onto the field to take his spot. Looks like a safety on the far side. They will hand it off. That is Nadir Samuel getting the first carry of the game for Gilman. And a nice positive gain. Picks up about 4 yards for Samuel, senior running back.
See a 3rd and 6. Good time for the defense to come up big.
Already looking at Colin Wilson making a play on that first on that first play, forcing the incompletion. Right now lining up on that near side edge spot. You got Rodney White, of course, in the middle, along with Matt Smith. Nick Miles as well is down there. Ricardo Winchester going to be rushing. Pressure from Concordia, and they force Meerman to get rid of it quick, and it hits his receiver in the hands there. That was Amir Arnold.
I'm not sure if he catches it, he gets a first down.
Yeah, there were a lot of red jerseys there right in the middle, ready to get the stop.
Nonetheless, actually, what could have happened was an interception when the ball came out of his hands.
So at fourth and a long 6, Gilman will elect to punt it away.
This will be fun to watch. Gilman's punter has a big leg.
Brian Sheckley is the punter. We'll see him play a little bit of D-line as well for Gilman. Number 56, and
coming for the fumble,
yeah, has to just scoop it up. Man, that is not a great play for Gilman there. Low snap, and Sheckley was unable to feel it. Looked like he was trying to roll to his right and try to boot it away, but could not get one off there. Saints quickly getting pressure on Sheckley.
That's huge.
That is a big loss for Gilman.
That's a huge change of field position, because there's a good chance we would have been starting, Concordia Prep would have been starting around the 20-yard line with the ball. Now they're starting at Gilman's 35.
So I was about to say, Sheckley is committed to Harvard for punting. So obviously a great head on the shoulders of Sheckley there. And yeah, as Miles mentioned, we saw him in warm-ups. It's definitely a strong leg. He does, but unfortunately not able to get off a kick that time. And now excellent starting field position for Concordia Prep. They hand it off to Blagman, and Blagman evades a few tacklers, but is finally tripped up once again there by Isaiah Trusty, the junior. Already 3 big tackles by Isaiah Trusty for Gilman in that defense. So just a 1-yard gain on 1st and 10 for Blagman.
He made a couple good moves to avoid getting hit in the backfield. Just couldn't break into the secondary.
So we get a 2nd and 9 now. Sometimes this is more of a passing down. We'll see if we get that. Instead, they will hand it off to Blagman, and Blagman runs right into the line of scrimmage, and he's not able to gain anything. Blagman meant right there. So going to be 3rd and 9 after Blagman picks up nothing on the 2nd down run. Falcon staying in.
Well, this is obviously a 4-down territory.
Now you're just outside your own 30.
We're not going to be kicking anything here. This is 1st down or if we get the 4th down.
Yes, so sorry, at the Gilman 34. Trying to get it to the 25 for a 1st down here. See if we get our first drop back from Falcon. It looks like we will. He gets it out quick, looking for his big tight end, the junior Destin Mitchell. They do connect, but just a couple yards, maybe 1 or 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. So they'll pick up about a 1.5 yards. So it's going to be 4th and long now. And yeah, I believe you're right, Miles. This is going to have to be 4-down territory. Wade Warren out wide, one of the seniors celebrated today. Noah Robinson out wide up top. One of the other many seniors that we talked about today. Donovan Rawson there in the slot position. He's going to get it out quick. He gets it to Destin Mitchell, and Destin Mitchell's across. He's got a 1st down and then some. Keeps eluding tacklers, and finally Destin Mitchell, not easy to bring down, is brought down inside the 10-yard line. A big pickup on 4th and 8. Nice conversion for the Saints.
Yeah, nice little delay screen pass right over to Mitchell. A great catch and run.
What a nice safety blanket that is to have. Don't think that was the first read for Cam Falcon there. I think they wanted to try to get it outside, but Destin Mitchell, one of the biggest bodies down there.
Big target.
Gets it to him and lets him do his thing. A really nice pickup, 20-some yards. As they direct snap it to Tony Brown now that they are inside the Tilly Chemical red zone, Miles.
Oh, yeah, good call there. Should have been excited about that.
Looks like Tony Brown picks up about 1 yard. It's 2nd and goal at the 5. So Cam Falcon comes back out now. that was the other formation that we were going to expect to see, a little bit of that wildcat. Tony Brown, Nick Blagman getting involved. Ricardo Winchester, typically reserved for defense, but always trusty hands on Ricardo Winchester if they ever go under center. But Falcons back out there. You got Wade Warren in motion here. Tony Brown lining up in the slot on that far sideline. Now he's in motion, and they will fake the handoff to Tony Brown, and Falcon will almost escape one tackle, and he is brought down at the 2-yard line.
He got up a little gimpy. He's got an...
And that is a tough sight for Concordia Prep right now. Already lost, obviously, a very large graduating class from the 2023 B-Conference Championship team. They did a pretty strong job in the offseason reloading. Obviously, you had Justin Dixon coming over from DeMatha and had making really nice strides throughout the season in his first year starting as a sophomore. Unfortunately, the injury last week, so now the freshman Cam Falcon is in. And it was a nice run from Falcon there on 2nd and goal.
Yeah, he made a couple of nice moves.
Yeah, got really close to the goal line there.
It appears to be good.
Yeah,
walking
hopefully just a light twist of the ankle there.
He's walking off as it was more just a quick twist. Doesn't appear to be hurt at all, I hope.
Yeah, so he's still a little bit of a limp on that sideline. But nonetheless, Concordia Prep, and as every football team does, it's just going to have that next man up mentality. Got Blagman and Ricardo Winchester now in the backfield. The senior Winchester will keep it, and he will bounce off one tackler, and he is close to the goal line. No sign yet, and now a close fist from our near side umpire. Going to say he is just short on 3rd and goal. Man, that is about as close as you can get. And just inches away from the goal line. I mean, that ball, the nose of the, you might be able to slide a paper clip between the nose of the football and the goal line right now.
I think you do the heavy, looks like the heavy package and just.
Yeah, we got Nick Miles back there. Ricardo Winchester going under center. He's just going to keep it. Miles tries to push him through.
I don't know.
And it looked like he was initially stopped, but now a second effort. No signal yet. Concordia Prep says he's in, of course. Still no signal. Still no signal from our officials. And now they signal touchdown. What an effort by Concordia Prep up there. The last one getting up, Brody Humphrey. The center, Humphrey, and the senior, making sure that he can pave a path.
Talk about
for Winchester.
A game of inches.
So 6-0. That touchdown comes with just a minute and a half left here in the first quarter. Kick from Tawny is going to be blocked at the line of scrimmage.
Snap came out a little low.
And this has been, when we talk about storylines, this has been another storyline for anyone following Concordia Prep. Noah Huff, another senior. We'll have plenty of time to dive into all the seniors that are being recognized this afternoon for Concordia Prep. But Noah Huff, one of those seniors, joined the team last year, a former soccer player, and started the year as the starting kicker. Unfortunately, suffered an injury. He's a big lacrosse player as well. He's committed to Messiah for lacrosse. Of course, a big-time D3 lacrosse program, Messiah. And, trying to make sure he's back for the spring. Huff taking it very slow on his recovery back. So he's been unavailable today, and the last several weeks now. So Logan Tawney, another senior, has stepped up to do the kicking duties. Tawney, this is his first year playing football. Joined the team originally just to be the holder, to hold kicks for Noah Huff. Huff obviously gets injured, so Tawney immediately thrusted into the kicker and punter role as Tawney sends this one deep.
Good kick.
Fielded by Turpin here, and Turpin trying to get to the outside on the near side, and a really nice hit by Noah Robinson in coverage.
Noah Robinson says hello.
Nice open field tackle.
Good job by Robinson.
As the pastor said, hello. I like that.
And again, as this Concordia Prep team deals with injuries on both sides of the ball, we're seeing Noah Robinson get a lot more run. Obviously, as wide receiver, he's a basketball player. Last year was his first season playing football.
And we saw some big flashes from him being able
Even
to.
last year. Caught a touchdown in the championship game last year.
And this year we saw some flashes of his speed and athletic ability.
Smearman will hand it off here on the first carry of the second Gilman drive. Looks like maybe a gain of 1 there. Samuel on the carry. And but yeah, Noah Robinson quickly became the #1 target for Justin Dixon. Much on 3rd and 4th down was much the preferred target of the sophomore Justin Dixon. They connected on a few big touchdowns earlier in the season.
Yeah, we saw him climb the ladder, go up and bring a couple of high balls down.
I believe that 30-yard touchdown you're thinking of was on 4th down as well. So Robinson making some big-time plays on offense this season. As Caden DeVille in coverage there.
Really good coverage. Nice connection, but really good coverage.
Blanketing over the tight end Luke Erdman. But Erdman doing a great job of hauling that one in regardless. A nice gain on 2nd and long for Gilman. Brings up 3rd and short. Going to be 3rd and about 3 here. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll see if the Greyhounds try to speed things up. It looks like Smearman's walking over to the sidelines. So that will do it for the first quarter as time continues to run down here. But yeah, Noah Robinson doing a great job getting involved. Seen him play some defense as well. He's been out on the field for just about every snap. Noah Robinson has laying that big hit on the kickoff team. And we will take a break with the Saints on top 6-0. Just a quick break here. So don't go anywhere though. Second quarter action on the other side.
First, we have the team's manager, Tegan Goff. Well, this is Tegan's first year as manager. Her help has been invaluable to the team. Tegan's favorite part of managing has been the opportunity to spend more time with her best friend, Ari. Next, we have Erin Hawkins, a 3-year member of the cheer team. Her favorite cheer memory is the team lock-in from 10th grade. Today, she is joined by her mom, Sylvia. Next, we have Ariana Sandage. Ari's first year on cheerleading. Her favorite cheer memory is getting to help choreograph today's halftime routine. She's joined by her mom, Crystal, and stepdad, Ben. Our next senior is Mia Saracino. Mia, 4-year member of the cheer team. Mia's favorite memory is last year's homecoming game. She's joined by her parents, Kelly and John, and sister Ava. And our final cheerleader to recognize today is Morgan Smith. Morgan, a 4-year member of cheerleading. Her favorite cheer memory is the team lock-in, joined by her parents, Erin and Monique, and her siblings, McKinley and Aiden. Again, congratulations as we recognize our senior cheerleaders.
Welcome back here to Saints Field. Griffin, Bass, and Miles Goodman with you on the call. Second quarter just about to begin here. It's going to be 3rd and 3 with Concordia Prep on defense, and it looks like they may have just jumped off sides. So that will be the first down of the game awarded to Gilman. Just their second drive of the game, but
got a little anxious, and the quarterback's cadence probably pulled them off.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds now at their own 35. With 12 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 6-0 the score. Ricardo Winchester punching in on 4th and goal a few moments ago. Getting Concordia Prep on the board as Isaiah Trusty hits the hole hard, and Trusty is up the far sideline. No one is going to catch him before he gets to the end zone, And just like that, Gilman responds.
Flag on the field. Looks like it's coming back.
There is, in fact, a flag back at the Gilman 47.
In holding territory.
That is a backbreaker for the Greyhounds. Really, nonetheless, a really nice run from
It's a
Isaiah.
beautiful
Trusty
run.
there.
He hit the hole and he outran everybody to the end zone. That was a big time run.
Noah Robinson nearly tracked him down, but it was going to be too late. Got him right at the goal line. And instead of a 65-yard touchdown, he's going to back Gilman all the way back to their own 25. So instead of a 65-yard touchdown, a 10-yard loss.
That's a momentum crusher.
It really is. Concordia Prep getting all that momentum on their side, punching it in on 4th and goal. Quarterback sneaking it with Ricardo Winchester. Out here in that kind of nickel position right now. And Winchester misses one tackle, but the ball pops out. A really nice hit.
Ooh, Gilman got it.
Believe that. That was Isaiah Hall. Welcome back, Isaiah Hall, by the way. He's missed the last few weeks due to injury. And Isaiah Hall, the transfer from Meade High School in Anne Arundel County, coming in here and laying a really textbook hit there to pop the ball out. Winchester slowed him up initially, and then Hall was right there to pop the ball out. Fortunately, that was Marcus Turpin.
As we used to say, he laid the wood on him.
Yes, he did. A really clean hit there on that 1st and 20 play. So they do end up picking up 3 yards after recovering the fumble. Gilman does. So 2nd and 17. Constant motion here from the Gilman offense. Spearman will fake the handoff, and he nearly evades.
Trouble.
Just barely evades A.J. Anderson, but not going to matter because Caden DeVille is there to clean it up.
Great pursuit. Great pursuit and way to finish it.
Caden DeVille, the junior linebacker, stepping up big, trying to fill the shoes of Cam Gross, which are very large shoes to fill, but he has done a tremendous job so far this season, alongside Grant Pope, that middle linebacking duo.
3rd and long. You got to be careful here. If you're Gilman, you don't want to turn the ball over all the way down on your 20-yard line.
Of course, the initial pressure was set by A.J. Anderson, the Navy football commit. He will be attending the Naval Academy in Annapolis next fall. But A.J. Anderson forcing Spearman to step up.
Staying on the ground.
And they do hand it off here to Samuel. A nice run from Samuel, but he is only able to get out to the 30-yard line, making up for about all the yardage lost on the sack. So that holding penalty looming large against Gilman and the Greyhounds, negating the long touchdown run by Trusty. And instead,
now we'll see the punt team.
4th and long.
We'll see.
So we'll see if we can get a clean kickoff this time for Brian Sheckley, the Harvard commit. Very nice snap.
Blocked.
And it's blocked. Nate Gardner through. Gets his hands on that one. Trying to pick it up
touchdown.
And punch it in. And it is, in fact, a touchdown.
Beautiful.
Was that Trayvon Lewis on the recovery?
I think so.
Trayvon Lewis scooping it up. Nate Gardner with the block.
Way to pick it up on the run, too. That is one of the most difficult things to do. Who got the block?
That was Nate Gardner on the block.
Gardner got the block.
Nate Gardner, sophomore, been rotating around at safety, hasn't gotten really consistent playing time. Obviously, now is going to be consistently on the special teams.
Great special teams play.
Absolutely. Nate Gardner getting through there. All Miles and I want to do is talk about the Gilman punter and the Concordia Prep up.
I want to see Luther.
Punt
Where's
block
Luther? Shouldn't Luther, the St. Bernard, be running out with the flag?
Should he be celebrating? Oh,
yeah. Where is Luther?
Of course, so Luther the St. Bernard was debuted, if anyone wasn't with us during pregame.
Oh, fake.
And they're going to fake it here. Winchester is just going to throw it towards the end zone, looking for Destin Mitchell, and Mitchell can't bring it in. Trying to add another one-handed grab to the highlight reel. And that looked like it was planned.
Yeah, that was planned.
Yeah.
That looked planned.
He had Mitchell running out there.
Yeah, that did not look like an improvised play. That looked like it was planned. All right, take a 12-0 lead early in the second quarter. With the way the defense is playing,
so 9:23. Scoring the touchdown off of the punt block. Nate Gardner in there. That makes it 12-0. A failed 2-point conversion. Saints trying to put themselves up 14-0. And it looks like they may just be content with, I guess we'll see how the flow of the game goes, obviously, but
this is a good start. This is what they needed to have today. There's still playoff implications. You got to play every game, but you're kind of breaking in a very young quarterback, and now to have a 12-0 lead and be able to, you're in command now of how you're going to play the rest of the game. You can set the time and the pace of the game.
Logan Tawney will send it deep from his own 40. It will be fielded by Turpin. Turpin makes one man miss. Bounces off another, but it will be brought down by Nate Gardner and the rest of the Concordia Prep kickoff team at his own 21 on the return there, Marcus Turpin.
Marcus Turpin runs hard. Hard to bring. It took both times. Takes several guys to bring him down.
Sophomore, one of the younger players on this Gilman team. They will have to build around. Gilman led by head coach Scott Van Ziel in his now third season. He was hired back in winter of 2022. So the 22 season was his first. In fact, his first career game, his first career win, came against Concordia Prep back on Roland Avenue as they hand it off, and A.J. Anderson meets him in the backfield. Nadir Samuel has nowhere to go. As A.J. Anderson gets a little bit of help from Nick Miles, they lose a few on the first down run. But yeah, Coach Van Ziel getting a chance to build a program how he wants. A lot of college experience for Coach Van Ziel. Played football at Towson, just up the road, right here in Towson, of course, at Johnny Unitas Stadium. Actually played both ways. Played wide receiver for 2 years and played defensive back for 2 years.
It's impressive.
Donning the black and yellow of the Tigers. Spearman to the pass on second and long, and he's going to go deep.
Got coverage,
and yeah, it looks like they just got tripped up there. Blagman and Noah Robinson in coverage as they were trying to get that one to Jackson Cheatham. Cheatham, who has had a slow start this afternoon.
They had
a very explosive wide receiver, seen him in the punt return game as well. Have not really called his name much today.
They had that play covered in front and behind.
But yeah, to your point, Miles, really nice coverage there on the back end by Noah Robinson. Nick Blagman playing some coverage that time, doing an excellent job of it as well. So third and long, Spearman's gonna have to pass, and he will have to get it out. Once again, he was looking for Cheatham, and that one falls incomplete just beyond the 30.
Good coverage, even if pass was complete, most likely not a first down. Another good series from the defense. I'll say it again, we might see the punter kick one deep. Every time.
Third time's the charm.
Maybe. I'd like to see another block, but maybe we'll see the leg.
Definitely the confidence of this Concordia Prep punt block team, punt return team growing mightily as they have to use two blocks there on Destin Mitchell.
That's
And yeah, really nice kick fielded by Wade Warren at his own 30 as he will get across the 35 and brought down at the 38. Spins up, thought he might have kept the knee off the ground, but he is down at the 38-yard line, an 8-yard return by Wade Warren after a nice kick there from Checkley. About
a lot of hang time.
Over 50 yards in the air.
A lot of hang time, but good good starting position at about the 38 yard
Yeah.
line.
But yeah, Coach Van Ziel, so it was a 28-21 overtime win over Concordia Prep back in 2022. That was his first career game, his first career win. But as this kind of rivalry is growing just a little bit, then Gilman traveled up here to Saints Field in the opener last season in 2023. And Concordia Prep flexed their muscles a bit, 28-0 over the Greyhounds, enacting some revenge last season. So in recent history, the series is 1-1.
I think the more they see each other both being in the A conference, that's when you establish more of the rivalries. When you see each other every season, start building on it, knocking each other out of big games, different things like that.
So obviously, St. Mary's, they've quickly have grown into rivals, coming up to the A conference
together.
Up from the B, together. And that's why Gilman, somewhat in that same ilk, just because.
Ilk, I like that. That's a good word, ilk.
Just because they have played the last 2 seasons. Jet sweep here to Tony Brown, and he's going to lose yardage on 2nd and 11. Man, I think he might have lost 6 there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 17. Flagman lost a yard on 1st down. Try the jet sweep to Tony Brown.
I would take a shot deep here. Just try to open things up, let them know you're going to throw, but just throw it in a way that either one of our wide receivers can catch it or it's uncatchable.
See what Coach Thompson and the offense for Concordia Prep draws up here. 3rd and long, trying to get to the 48. So officially 3rd and 16. Just inside 6.5 minutes remaining in the first half here. They will hand it off. They give it to Blagman. Blagman trying to bounce it outside to the far sideline. And a nice hit there, at the 45. Amir Arnold there on the stop, but nearly 15 yards picked up by Blagman when they needed 16.
So you've got a 4th and
I think 3.
3. It looks like
the
the offense is still.
Maybe some extracurriculars after that hit, after the play was dead. Yeah, because the flag from a referee there on that Concordia Prep sideline came in well after the play was over.
That's usually the time where you see a taunting, one of those type of penalties.
A white hat, and the official that threw the flag, a 3rd one coming in now to talk this one over. So it looks like they're spotting the ball at the 44, so it would be 4th and 4, if nothing else here.
It's like you should be
Continue
playing
to deliberate,
Jeopardy music right now.
Gilman's defense obviously standing out there, ready to get a stop if Concordia Prep elects to go for it here.
This must be an interesting call. Because usually, even if it's taunting or it's one of the other type of conduct penalties, it's usually a fairly quick call.
Ooh, so an unsportsmanlike against the Saints. Coach Joe seems rather confused right now about the reason for that call. Obviously, always going to have his players back. Not sure who exactly was on, unless, Blagman came up after the hit and spiked the football. That's the only thing I can. The flag came in well after that even would have had to have happened. So instead of a nearly 15-yard run on 3rd down, 3rd and long there, ends up being essentially a no gain. So 4th and quite long. Logan Tawney will line up for his first punt of the afternoon. 6:13 remaining here in the 2nd quarter after the unsportsmanlike against Concordia Prep. Good protection there. Tawney gets it off.
Good
and
roll.
It takes a nice roll across the 40-yard line. Continues the roll.
Whoa, these guys out here.
Yeah, and now Nate Gardner.
There should be a flag there. If you called something over there, That was unsportsmanlike. That should have been a flag.
Joe Kim.
And there's a flag back here.
So that was Joe Kim and Nate Gardner. It looks like referee's going to say that was all clean.
Yeah.
Maybe Kim got that last lick in just before that final whistle, but certainly going at it. And it looks like
it's okay when you're blocking.
Pick up that flag?
I guess.
Yeah, it looks like they picked up that flag. As Coach Joe will trot back out onto the field, try to get an explanation for why the flag was thrown, why it was picked up.
Oh, you can't start the play until the official's engaged in the game.
Gilman was ready to go. Coach Janelle Brown, the defensive coordinator for Concordia Prep, has his defense ready to go as well. Coach Joe, the only one not ready.
And the official.
So a couple of, obviously, probably still displeased with that, with the 15-yarder 2 plays ago. All right, so after the punt, it's going to be 1st and 10. Oh, and now
another explanation.
Yeah, now he's going to explain it to Coach Van Ziel.
As an official, you need to take charge of the game. You can't let the game get out of control, and there's a little bit of that starting to happen.
Coach Van Ziel, several seasons as the offensive coordinator at Monmouth. Was an assistant at Elon. And then it was actually most recently, before taking the head coaching job, most recently before the head coaching job at Gilman, he was at St. Paul's for about a year, maybe a year and a half. It was kind of over COVID. It was a weird time. So then took over at Gilman. But before St. Paul's, he was the quarterbacks coach and the passing game coordinator for Towson University, his alma mater, during the time that Tom Flacco was the quarterback. A couple of exciting seasons as they hand it off to Samuel, and Samuel tries to bounce off of his offensive line, but he's got nowhere to go. Rodney White,
more flags.
Colin Wilson, Ricardo Winchester.
See, the officials are letting this get out of control. They're not. You got to take control of the game.
So, no celebrating allowed after hits, Miles.
Yep.
Another 15-yarder. I guess, is it against Rodney White just because he flexed a little bit towards the direction of Gilman's side?
Probably, and you have
you got the home crowd on this side as well.
Yeah, and you have some officials that let some of that go, and others that just don't, and that's really difficult when you're a player.
Yeah,
is to the emotion of the game, and you make a big play. You should be allowed, even at high school level, to show some emotion.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, I guess the good news is you still got about 6 minutes left here in the second quarter, so you can adjust. This is a very smart timeout from Coach
Yeah,
Baglia.
I think it's the way to. You got to settle your team down and get the game back in control, and have everybody calm down. It's homecoming. There's a lot going on. You just calm the defense down and.
A couple rough losses, obviously, the last couple weeks. Last week was they went down to Spalding and lost that one 47-0. But that is that's not like an outlier or anything. That Spalding has been doing that to everyone. So no shame there. For reference, they beat Gilman 51-0 a few weeks prior.
Yeah, Spalding's in a different league right now.
They're top 10 nationally in just about any publication you can find. ESPN, High School Football America, to name a few. So Spalding, as Coach Joe said earlier in the season, they are a juggernaut. So still, you don't like getting beat, especially when you can't get on the scoreboard. Before that, just a tight loss to Loyola, 17-14 right here at Saints Field. Then they lost 10-6 at Mount St. Joe. So just a couple of close losses. Had the bye week in there. You're up 12-0 right now. You're in a good spot. You've been playing very well. Obviously, a couple of 15-yard penalties in the last couple plays. As there's not a great toss there from Smearman. Fortunately, it is corralled by his running back, but going to be a loss of 3 there. I don't know who got the toss there. I think that might have been Amir Arnold. grabbing the toss. Nonetheless, going to be a loss of 3 there. Could have been a much worse play for Gilman. Fortunately, they do recover that. So after what was a 15-yard penalty, and then Concordia Prep taking a timeout, 2nd and 13 after the 3-yard loss from Gilman on first down. Clock runs here. We approach the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. They will hand it off to Trusty, and Trusty is hit at the line of scrimmage, but he'll rumble ahead for a gain of about maybe 3, maybe 4. Gets it past the original line of scrimmage. Trusty obviously breaking that long 60-plus yard run that was called back earlier in the quarter. So you can see that Gilman obviously wants to try to continue to get their junior running back / linebacker going. Looks like Trusty is still out there. Now on 3rd and 9. He's going to pass protect. Spearman has to get it out quick. He gets it off to his tight end, who is across the 30, across the 42, and to the 40 for a first down. Keeps the chains moving for Gilman. Nice grab there. Jay Rogers, the senior tight end, hauling that one in, picking up about 11, and enough for a first down on 3rd. So Gilman, with the help of some penalties, has the ball moving this drive. Inside 4 minutes now, they got motion, and they will hand it off to Trusty. Trusty is through the line of scrimmage. He's across the 40. And he'll gain maybe 1.5 yards there. First down run for Trusty. So
Clock continues to roll. 3 minutes, 22 seconds in the second quarter.
2nd and 9. Got a little bit of motion here. That's Messiah Jews moving over to the near side. They'll fake the handoff to Trusty. Spearman rolls to his right, and it's a low throw. I think that hit the ground. And it did. He was targeting Amir Arnold at the 30-yard line, but pass a little bit too low in the dirt. So 3rd and 9 now, coming up for Gilman in their offense. They are at the 39-yard line. They have a really nice kicking unit.
I would think this is a 4-down territory for them.
Yeah, this is a little bit too far outside field goal range. I think they want to get a little bit closer to the 30, if not hit the 30. So 3rd and 9 here. Concordia Prep crowding the line of scrimmage. However, Spearman rolls to his right to pass, and he gets it across for Arnold. Arnold had it initially, but dropped it after the hit. Makai Macbeth breaking that one up for the Saints defense. Nice stop from the sophomore, Makai Macbeth.
Yeah, that took away a first down.
Macbeth have to step up a few times in certain situations. Had a really nice day at Mount St. Joe several weeks ago, back in September. Yeah, and as you said, Miles, yep, takes away a first down. Amir Arnold unable to corral any catches just yet today. 3:01 to go. Here's 4th and 9. Spearman getting rid of it, and once again,
defense.
It's his receiver in the hands, but broken up by Noah Robinson right in front of that Concordia Prep sideline.
That was huge. Noah Robinson came up huge. 3rd and 4th down were great defense plays.
Huge PBU for Noah Robinson. Just swatting that one away. Marcus Turpin, the intended receiver. And a turnover on downs for Gilman. And Concordia Prep in the offense will retake the field.
I think we'll see a lot of running plays here.
Got 2:56 to go left in the half. So You're probably right, Miles. They wanted to starting to stack the box now. Gilman is. You got more guys inside. Obviously, Concordia Prep showing run, and it's gonna be a direct snap to Tony Brown. Tony Brown hitting the hole well. Ball comes out at the end, but yeah, they're gonna say he was down. Looks like about 7 yards on the first down run by Tony Brown.
Nice run. He hit the hole quickly.
Tony Brown, the freshman running back, getting a lot of touches during his freshman campaign here with Concordia Prep. Got to be excited about him, Coach Joe, and the rest of this staff, what he could become, and not just next year, but even the few years after. Taking the direct snap again. He'll go right up the middle, but this time he is, met right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there. Trusty in on the hit, as well as Jacob Webster. Jacob Webster, sophomore, in on the hit there. So I know you have a Jeep, Miles. That's not you.
Yeah, not me. I'm good. I am parked in the farthest corner of the
You're blocking nobody in.
Yeah. A first down here would be big. You could run out the clock, keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, 90 seconds now. Clock runs here. We are at a minute and a half to go. And counting. Clock continues to run. No sense of urgency just yet from Concordia Prep. They don't pick it up here. Well, yeah, a little miscommunication there between Blagman and Falcon, or a botched snap a little bit as well. Fortunately, Blagman's able to reel it in, and yeah, he gets it back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the 3rd and 3. Going to bring up a 4th and 3, and then Coach Van Zyl will take the first of his 3 timeouts.
I think this decision by Concordia will be interesting, whether they go for it or punt. Offense appears to be.
I think, obviously, I'm always the one, I think between the two of us, that likes to go for it. But I think right here you do have to kick it away. Unless you are very confident you've got a 3-yard play that cannot miss. And I think with, you got a freshman running back, a freshman quarterback, you likely want to try to pin this Gilman team that they've shown the ability to be explosive, but that was on, a little bit of a defensive breakdown by Concordia Prep. Obviously, the hold called the entire play back. But I think you'd be better off pinning Gilman back, and they do add 4 seconds back on the clock. So a minute 14 remains here in the second quarter, and yeah, Logan Tawney and the punt team trots back out onto the field. We have Amir Arnold back deep to receive. Of course, we note all the injuries to Concordia Prep that they've been dealing with this season. Trayvon Lewis late getting out onto the punt. The punt team here for Concordia Prep. One name missing, Cam Brown, senior safety. He is committed to Howard for college ball. The kick from Tawney will bounce right at the 30 and be downed at the 31 by the Saints. Makai right there. So Tawney does his job, flips the field a little bit. Chews up 7 more seconds as well off the punt. Minute 07 remains for Gilman to try to get on the board here in the first half. They have 2 timeouts remaining as well.
You don't want to give up anything over the top.
Do you go prevent all the way? I don't think you.
No, I don't know if you go into a prevent, but I would. You want to keep somebody deep, maybe a kind of a center fielder. Make sure you don't get
Jordan
deep.
Williams is out there right now. Here on the near side at safety.
We got a
Ty
flag.
Macbeth, who's made some plays. This one's whistled dead before. Oh, they're going to say Concordia Prep jumped offsides.
What?
So really, this second half of the second quarter has been a lot of mental mistakes.
All the officials.
Yeah. You can look at it that way as well. What the box score will show is mental mistakes from Concordia Prep.
Yeah. And when a game's being called that tight, you need to make sure you play it to that, play it tight.
Gilman's obviously had their fair share of errors as well. A couple of
the big holding.
The big holding
on the big run.
Botched snap on the first punt of the game. Spearman back to
Pressure
pass down. He's hit as he throws.
Incomplete.
Colin Wilson on the pressure that time. Fun story to keep an eye that I should have mentioned earlier. The center for Gilman is Bryce Wilson, brother of Colin Wilson.
That's interesting.
I don't think they've been matched up one-on-one yet because Bryce, obviously for Gilman, the center, has been the center. He's been in the middle every time. Colin Wilson typically rushes the passer from the edge on either side. So they really haven't seen too many stunts either from Concordia Prep as Wilson flips sides with A.J. Anderson here. Colin Wilson, that is. 1:02 left, 2nd and 5 after the incompletion. And Spearman will get this one off.
Hit.
And Caden DeVille in coverage there. Does not allow that one to complete. Luke Erdman, again, the tight end, that senior tight end duo of Erdman and Rogers. Been targeted a couple times now.
The timing was really good in getting to the receiver.
And now all of a sudden, Concordia Prep potentially an opportunity to get the ball back for themselves if they can get a stop here. 3rd and 5 with just 58 seconds. Only 9 seconds have come off the clock since Gilman has taken over. 3rd and 5 after 2 incompletions. Despite that offsides, Gilman unable to move the football. Spearman the pass again, and he's got a little bit of pressure, and this time he does complete across the middle to his tight end. Really close to the line to gain. Got it to Rogers, and yeah, he is. They're going to say he got just enough. Our near side referee. See now Coach Joe upset with the referee on the far sideline who tried to spot it at the 40 initially. But the referees are going to say Gilman got enough. It was very close. They're going to keep the chains moving. And Coach Van Ziel will take his 2nd timeout now. 51 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So Gilman coming into this one. They've lost back-to-back games, so they're trying to get back into the win column as well. Concordia, so both these teams trying to stop losing skids. With Gilman having their bye last weekend. Before that, they lost 19-7 at Blakefield. Before that, then they had their date with Spalding. And prior to that, they got a win over St. Mary's. A tight game with the Saints. 13-7 was the win. All right, here's 1st and 10, and Spearman, he's going to run into his offensive line, pushed back by Matt Smith. A.J. Anderson as well. Looks like Jaden Dixon getting his helmet in there as well. But I think Matt Smith was the first one to make contact with Spearman there as that pocket just collapsed quickly. And now clock continues to run. Coach Van Ziel nor Coach Battaglia electing to take a timeout.
I don't even think they're going to run a play.
I think you are right. This clock, I'm not sure how much time was left on the clock when the sack occurred, but they may be able to run this all the way to halftime. And I think, in fact, they will. So our halftime score will be 12-0 as Concordia Prep looks to pick up their first win in their last 3 contests. First win since about a month ago now against St. Mary's right here at Saints Field. Would love to do it while celebrating homecoming and senior day.
And it's a big it's big for the playoffs. It's
absolutely
big to stay in this run for the playoffs in that 4th spot where you're kind of in it with Calvert Hall. Who else was Calvert Hall, Gilman, and Concordia fighting for maybe that 4th position.
So let's do that then on the other side. We'll take a break here. We got an extended halftime for homecoming festivities right here at Saints Field. Miles and I will take a break as well, and we'll dive into those MIAA conference standings as well as the scoreboard as well around the A. So we'll take a break. Don't go too far, though. We'll be right back right here at Saints Field.
Please direct your attention to the northeast end zone as we congratulate the 2024 Homecoming Court. First up, we have number 9, A.J. Anderson and Jada Morgan. Followed by Caleb Contreras and Key Outlaw. Eric Johnson and Amelia Perez. Number 3, Noah Robinson and Nina Porter. And finally, Joey Talawota and Mia Saraceno. Come on, Luther, come out and take a picture with them. The homecoming king and queen will be announced at tonight's dance. Give it up again for our homecoming court of 2024. And now, coached by Mrs. Emily Wellborn, please welcome to the field your Concordia Prep cheerleaders. give it up again for your Concordia Prep cheerleaders. It is now our privilege to recognize this year's distinguished alumni and athletic Hall of Fame inductees. We have two individuals being honored today with Distinguished Alumni Awards. Our first 2024 recipient is Dr. Mark Hardy, class of 1976. Dr. Hardy could not be with us today, but will be recognized at our school's 60th anniversary celebration next year. Our second 2024 recipient is Dara A. Jackson Garrett, class of 2009. Dara serves as an assistant federal public defender for the District of Maryland, where she is dedicated to ensuring justice for her clients and advocating for equitable legal representation. Dara's impressive academic background includes a Master of Law from Georgetown University and a Juris Doctor degree from Harvard Law School, where she was recognized as a Harvard Presidential Scholar. Her educational journey began with a bachelor's degree in international relations from American University, setting a strong foundation for her commitment to global justice. In addition to her academic achievements, Dara was honored as a Fulbright Scholar in Venezuela, where she engaged in meaningful cross-cultural exchange and research. She was also awarded the prestigious E. Barrett Prettyman Fellowship, further highlighting her exceptional legal acumen and dedication to public service. While at Concordia Prep, Dara excelled in honors classes, played field hockey and lacrosse, and was an active member of the choir. Her commitment to service was exemplified through a mission trip to Costa Rica and a choral trip to Florida. She began her love of reading and writing in Mrs. Johnson's English classes. Dara is an avid traveler, having explored over 20 countries. She enjoys hiking with her dog and cooking in her free time. Currently residing in Baltimore City, she embraces the vibrant culture of her community while continuing her important work in the field of law. Congratulations to this year's distinguished alumni, Dara Jackson Garrett. At this time, it is our privilege to introduce this year's Athletic Hall of Fame Awards. Our first 2024 recipient is Stephen Lakota, class of 2012. Stephen attended Baltimore Lutheran School beginning in 6th grade and graduated high school in 2012. Starting in middle school, he played soccer under Pastor Sharp and Mr. Fritz, contributing to the undefeated 8th grade soccer team. In high school, he participated in soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. His senior year, he also joined the football team as the punter, which then allowed him to become one of the first 13 season athletes at Baltimore Lutheran. He won a soccer championship in 2010 under Mr. Merritt and secured 3 lacrosse championships in 2009, 2010, and 2011. As a left-handed attackman, he set the record for most goals in a season, 116, and all-time 265 over his 4 years at Baltimore Lutheran. After graduating from Baltimore Lutheran Concordia Prep, he attended Rosemont College in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where he served as a 3-time captain and leading goal scorer of the lacrosse team, ultimately earning a degree in business management. He now lives in the Mays Chapel area with his wife Anna and their dog Archie. Currently, he works in risk management as an insurance broker in Hunt Valley. He says that he couldn't have asked for a better school experience than he had at Baltimore Lutheran. Congratulations to this year's Hall of Fame athlete, Stephen Lakota. Our second 2024 recipient is Holly Shires Cahotes, class of 2006. Holly Shires Cahote began her academic and athletic journey at Baltimore Lutheran School in the 6th grade, graduating in 2006. The rigorous academics were both challenging and rewarding, yet she always made time for sports. During her years at BLS, Holly was a dedicated athlete, participating in volleyball, basketball, track and field, and lacrosse. Her athletic career was filled with successes, including 5 championships in basketball, track and field, and the first lacrosse championship. In the school's record book, she's in the top 5 in volleyball aces and kills. In basketball, she averaged 18.5 points a season. Holly went on to attend the University of Nebraska, where she earned a BS degree in nutrition. While pursuing her studies, she was also active in sports, competing on the university's rowing team and lacrosse club team. During her time there, Holly met her future husband, Kyle. Her passion for education didn't stop there. She continued her academic journey at the University of Nebraska Dental School, where she obtained a degree in dental hygiene. Today, Holly resides in Friend, Nebraska with her husband, Kyle, and her 3 children, Lane, Emery, and Cal. Alongside her work as a dental hygienist, Holly is an active community member, volunteering as a firefighter. Congratulations to this year's Hall of Fame athlete, Holly Shires Cahote. And let me check that. Averaged 185 points a season in basketball, not 18.5. Once again, let's give a big round of applause to this year's distinguished alumni and Athletic Hall of Fame inductees.
Welcome back here to Saints Field. Just a few more minutes before the second half gets underway. Griffin Bass with Miles Goodman here on the call as we were taking in some of the halftime celebrations during homecoming here at Concordia Prep on 1145 Concordia Drive, and a pretty strong first half there for Concordia Prep. A few mistakes there in the back end, but all in all, they end up going into half with a 0 in front of Gilman's scoreline.
Yeah, it was an interesting first half. We saw a lot of run plays. We saw Concordia Prep control the clock and come into halftime with a 12-0 lead, which I think is what this squad needed. They needed to come in, play with the lead, and be able to dictate what's going to happen in the second half. I think we'll continue to see a lot of the ground game. I think, what did we see? Just we saw 2 pass plays on offense, and they were only like consecutive plays.
Yeah, I think you might be right. There was the Destin Mitchell, was that on 4th down, I believe, as well? Destin Mitchell hauling one in on 4th and 10, and got his team inside the Tilly Chemical red zone. Really haven't had a whole lot of opportunities to say that in that first half, despite 2 touchdowns being scored. But yeah, and that was the other story. Obviously, Gilman, their first 2 punts did not get off very well. The first one was a bad snap, and they were never able to get the kickoff. Gave Concordia Prep really strong field position. That Destin Mitchell catch and run set up what ended up being a Ricardo Winchester 1-yard rushing touchdown on the goal line. 4th and goal. Needed the extra push from Nick Miles behind him as Winchester was under center, but they did punch it in, went up 6-0. Extra point was blocked, so 6-0 was the score at the end of the first quarter. And then, then Gilman, just the mistakes kept rolling because then they had a 65-yard, what would have been a 65-yard touchdown. That got negated due to holding. And then on the ensuing punt after Concordia Prep's defense held them, was blocked by Nate Gardner, and Trayvon Lewis recovered it and walked it into the end zone. 12-0 was the score there, and that is how those were the 3-4 big plays that we really had in the first half as we get to 12-0. And I mean, you mentioned it, Miles. These are 2 teams that I don't want to say are desperate for a win, but they are certainly very, very hungry for a win as we look at the MIAA standings. Obviously, Archbishop Spalding, just an unstoppable force right now. I'm not really sure what it will take, if there's anyone in the league right now that has what it takes to knock them off. It's just kind of, that's just kind of the nature. That's just what it is right now.
But you know what they say, on any given Sunday, but here Saturday or Friday,
any given day,
anytime you put 2 teams on the field, you just never know. We have seen the lopsided what you're going to think is going to be a lopsided game, and you let somebody hang around too long in that game, and you end up on the short end. So until you've won it, you haven't won it. Everybody's in the mix, and I think that's what's kind of so important about this game is for Concordia especially, with a win here, they bring themselves to within striking distance of that 4th spot. Yeah,
absolutely. They will obviously have to play the games, but yeah, Spalding pretty comfortably at the top at the moment. They are 5-0. McDonough is at 4-1. Loyola, they are 3-1 in that 3rd seed position. And that 4th spot is the one that definitely feels the most up for grabs. So at the moment, Gilman sits in that 4th spot. They're 2-2. Actually, they're tied with Calvert Hall. Calvert Hall last night got a win over St. Mary's. They lost to McDonough last Friday night. Calvert Hall did by 20, 37-17. Wow. They lost to McDonough. The Cardinals did, but they come back and they get a 38-3 win over St. Mary's last night. So they are 2-2 in conference play as well. So those 2 tied for that 4th seed right now. Gilman, Calvert Hall, they actually play next weekend, so that could very well, depending on the outcome of this game, could very well have large ramifications for playoff seeding. And then Concordia Prep, and that they would be, at the moment they're 6th because they're 1-3, but a win today over Gilman, that would that if they're able to hold on here, that would bump them ahead of Gilman. And obviously in the head-to-head, it would bump Gilman down, so it would do quite a lot for Concordia Prep, throw them right back into it with looming. I just want to check, see who's ahead for Concordia Prep. They are at McDonough next Friday, and then they're at Calvert Hall. So those 2 at the moment seem like they are are very much in line to make the to potentially make the playoffs. So those could be some big games for Concordia Prep. Mountain St. Joe sits at 1-3. St. Mary's is 0-6. And those two would round out the bottom half of the table right now. And actually, Mount St. Joe, coming off their bye, they are actually taking on Loyola. Right now, they kicked off about a half hour ago, about 20 minutes ago, actually. Mount St. Joe at Loyola. So that one's going on right now. Spalding McDonough enjoying their bye, a late bye for Spalding and McDonough. As the season already seems like it, the end is coming up close. So still a lot to take shape as things wind down here in the MIAA.
And what's a little harder for Concordia Prep is they're going to have to do a lot of this on the road. Today is the last regular season home game, homecoming, big day here on campus. So from here on, they're going to be road warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the way the schedule kind of panned out, and it also seems to be, these are the 4 teams that maybe if you were coming into the 2024 season, you looked at Spalding, you looked at McDonough, you looked at Calvert Hall, you looked at Gilman as 4 teams that Concordia Prep would have to get in front of, at least get a win over one of them, if not 3 out of the 4 in order to get into the playoffs. But yeah, tough stretch here. Playing 3 of those 4 on the road as well. This lone home game here in October against Gilman. But yeah, so 2 more games coming up for Concordia Prep. They will have the Lutheran Cup coming up in November as well. They will travel to Long Island after the revival of that Lutheran Cup right here at Saints Field last fall, when Lehigh, Long Island Lutheran, came into Saints Field in a great game, and what is going to be a fun rivalry for those kids. Should be a really cool experience for all those guys down there, and Coach Batts as well, and the coaching staff, as they'll make the trip up to Long Island in November, later in the month, for the Lutheran Cup. It looks like I wanted to take a break again, Miles, but I think we're just going to go ahead and roll right into the second half after our halftime festivities. Concordia Prep received the opening kick, so they will kick it off here. See how Gilman, how does Gilman try to get their offense going here, Miles?
I think they need to go a little bit more to some misdirection pass plays. They seem to have some success when they can get some time. When they can get some time to throw the ball, and I think in order to do that, you need to set up a few screens, and because the pressure coming from Concordia's defense up front is just not allowing them any time to do anything. The way to stop that is by throwing a few screens, throwing a few misdirections, and make Concordia kind of cut back on the pressure. So I think if you just continue doing the same thing, your quarterback's going to be under pressure the entire second half. But you need to do some things in order to give your quarterback a chance, and I think that's through some screens, some misdirection, and try to open the defense up a little bit.
Good. We'll see how Coach Van Ziel decides to attack this Concordia Prep defense, who has a strong, has that opening kickoff from Logan Tawney, trying to wrap it around that pylon at the goal line. Unfortunately, it looks like it drops out around the 5. So we'll set up some solid field position for Gilman. But yeah, I mean, you look at, it was really just the 2 big special teams plays. There's been a few mistakes on both sides, but the 2 big special teams plays, the punts that they weren't able to get off for Gilman, those are the difference. That's the difference right now. You give Concordia Prep really strong field position, they score a touchdown. Obviously took them 2 fourth-down conversions in order to get it, so it's still a lot of credit to the Saints to punch in that first touchdown. Second won the punt block for a touchdown. So if you're Gilman right now, you're potentially thinking, if you don't have those botched punts early in the game, it could very well be 0-0 right now. But it's going to work in the favor of Concordia Prep, because right now their defense gets to play with a 2-score lead, and they've been showing that they can play with the 2-score lead very well, especially in that second quarter. Braden Spearman really not had much time. They've been doing a great job generating pressure, even up the middle, from the likes of, Matt Smith, senior. See him playing both ways on the O-line and D-line. That kind of nose tackle spot. He's doing a great job of generating some pressure.
Well, they've
Colin
collapsed.
Wilson, A.J. Anderson's having a great game as well.
They've collapsed the pocket a number of times and forced bad passes, forced passes on the run, and that's difficult when you're the quarterback. That's why sometimes you need to go to a little bit more of a quick release, for the quarterback and let him survive and get him into a rhythm.
They will hand it off here to Samuel on the first play of the second half. Samuel gets across the line of scrimmage, close to the 40. I think they're going to give him about 3 on that first down carry. Solid run for Samuel, who is just the senior unable to really get it done. Baseball player as well, Nadir Samuel. Isaiah Trusty back there now to the left of the senior quarterback, Braden Spearman. Gonna flip his tight ends.
Prep is showing blitz.
Griffin Graham, the one in motion now. And now Spearman will get it out quick, and he gets it to his receiver. That's Turpin. That's Amir Arnold.
See, that's where I think they could have some success as a passing team. Get the ball out quickly. You don't have to go deep. Just get it out quickly on the edge, and that play itself was exactly what I was talking about.
Quick little hitch route there. It looks like they get it off quickly to Amir Arnold, who had, I don't want to call him drops because he was draped in coverage by Concordia Prep's defensive backs, but did have a few balls that looked like they were on at least close to target as they give it to Trusty here going up the middle on the first down carry, and he isn't met until that second level by Grant Pope as he gets across the 45, a nice 6-yard gain for Trusty.
Gilman's showing a nice mix right now.
So good start here to the second half for Gilman. Struggled to sustain any drives, especially without the help of Concordia Prep's defense conspiring against itself. 2nd and 4 here early in the third. 2 touchdowns from Concordia Prep in the first half, putting them up 12-0. Once again getting out quick. He gets it out to Turpin this time, and Turpin
we have a
will
flag?
gain about 2.
Is there a flag down?
I don't think so. I think it was just a really quick whistle. They were,
No, it might be a flag, yeah.
Good eye, Miles. Give you credit on that one. But yeah, it looks like right around the line of scrimmage. So I want to say it was a gain of 2 for Turpin before he was
might be a hold.
Pushed out of bounds.
It was something on Gilman.
It looked like he declined, or did the Saints decline it, so they want 3rd down? Or no, it looks like
They're accepting it. I can imagine with decline a penalty.
I know. Unless
right
I don't know what. Unless you really want 3rd down, but
not that bad.
Yeah, so a 10-yard penalty it looks like.
It must have been a hold.
The reason I thought it was declined because he did the.
I saw.
Yeah, he did the no sign, but I don't remember. I don't know if there's an actual penalty for that signal.
I didn't understand this signal before what appeared to be the decline.
Looks like Coach Van Ziel, he's also struggling to understand.
Yeah.
They talk this over right there at the 50-yard line. The ball is moved back to the Gilman 49, so evidently looks like, because the flag was thrown at like the 44 as well, I think. So is this a 7-yard penalty?
Well, it could be
that's the other reason I'm a little
holding from the spot of the foul.
Well, the flag was thrown at the 44, so then you would move it to the 46.
It would be a 5 or a 10.
So I'm confused why the ball's spotted at the 49. Not even the 49. It's like the 49 and a half.
Yeah, it actually is.
Concordia Prep's defense trying to stay loose here. Nate Gardner playing that deep safety. Jordan Williams out there at safety. Noah Robinson.
See if we get a signal, or they are the one preliminary. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
I don't know what it means.
It looked like something was declined.
That's what I thought as well. Yet they negate yardage
I don't know.
for Gilman.
I'm sure we'll get a post-game explanation on that one.
Do want to shout out some of the other seniors, though. Amela Peraz, Jada Morgan, some of the team managers. Colton Seifert as well. Colton Seifert's going to play lacrosse at Mount Olive. One of the used to play football and now working as a manager along with Amela and Jada. Amela is committed to Pitt. I guess I shouldn't say committed, but she's accepted to Pitt. She'll study pre-med and athletic training at Pittsburgh. Jada Morgan.
Is this a timeout?
In her second year. I'm not sure, Miles.
I don't actually know what's happening.
Runs track as well here at the prep, Jada Morgan. Try to make sure we mention all the seniors for this Concordia Prep squad. All right, so 2nd and 11, 9:50 clock runs now, by the way. And they hand it off to Trusty. Trusty hits the hole hard, though, and yeah, Trusty into that second level, a nice run. Trusty staying loose during that brief timeout on the field. He gets it close to the 40-yard line, which is the line to gain. Yeah, they give him 10 on that one. Nice run by Trusty. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, Trusty runs hard. Third and 1 here. Big play coming up for the Concordia Prep defense. Trying to get this homecoming crowd going. They give it to Trusty, and he is across that line of scrimmage, dragging some defenders with him that time. Finally brought down. Ryan Harris there on the initial stop. But not before a first down.
Clock running at 8 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the third.
Definitely the best offensive drive that Gilman's put together so far.
Well, they're showing a nice mix of the short pass and the quick release with the run up the middle.
With the Warren Hernandez on the jet sweep here. Hernandez gets across the 35. He's across the 30. And then finally is chased out of bounds across that 30-yard line. Nice little scramble there for Hernandez. Yeah, it looks like he'll pick up about 6.5 on the first down run there. Gilman's trying to get to the 25 for a first down as they continue this nice offensive possession coming out of halftime. Exactly what you need.
Yeah, when you're down 12-0, come in and you get the ball to start the second half, you're showing some poise here.
And is again in motion. This time he doesn't get the handoff. They will give it to they give it to Samuel, and Samuel's got nowhere to go. Trayvon Lewis, Jordan Williams, Matt Smith. I think Rodney White was in there as well. Man, I would love to see Colin Wilson, Bryce Wilson go at one another. Waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
Different positions, though.
This is a big third down.
It is a big third down. Third and, yeah, so a loss there from Samuel, about 2 yards lost on that run. So 3rd and 5. See what Smearman's got here. Move the tight ends around again. 7.5 minutes to go. Smearman gets it out quick to Hernandez, and he is brought down at the 24-yard line.
Short of a first.
I think it's just enough for a first.
Oh, is it just enough for a first?
Had to get across the 25.
Oh, yeah, it is enough for a first. Yep.
Got about it. Exactly what he needed. He needed 5 yards. He got 5.5. So keeps the chains moving for Gilman.
Well, you asked what they needed to do in the second half, and it was these quick release passes.
This is about his textbook.
Yeah, this is what they've got, a good mix of the quick release and the heavy runs.
Got Trusty back there. Concordia ready for the run this time, though. They meet Trusty right at the line of scrimmage. Trayvon Lewis helping bring him down. Matt Smith, Colin Wilson, Grant Pope. Gang tackling from Concordia Prep. So no gain for Trusty. Good play call defensively as well. Coach DB, defensive coordinator Donnell Brown. Donnell Brown, of course,
so I'm thinking,
former Stevenson Mustang.
I'm thinking here a little quick release play to the right.
They will pitch it to Hernandez here on the jet sweep, and Hernandez gets across the line of scrimmage, and a nice hit from Makai Macbeth. Does get across the line of scrimmage, so he picks up. They're going to give him 2, but a nice stop there from Macbeth. Going unblocked and at least evading his blocker.
A long third down.
Yeah, they got to get to, I think they got to get to the 15 here. And now this is an interesting spot because Gilman does have a strong kicker as well, Connor Sorial.
Yeah, I think if they get close, they're going for it on 4th down, if they don't get a first down here.
3rd and 9. Do you try to, so 2 plays here then, Miles, you think? Smearman gets it out quick across the middle to his tight end, and he connects. Still on his feet, inside the 5, but
Ball's
the ball
loose.
is out. In the end zone, it's picked up by Concordia Prep, and they're going to say recovered by the Saints. It's a touchback.
How huge is that?
Wow.
Holy cow.
Jay Rogers was the tight end who caught the pass.
Great pass, great execution. The ball was right on the money, and good hard run. I mean, he took the ball, and it looked like he was about to go in, but big hits from Concordia's defense. And
again,
way to stay on the ball to recover it without the ball going out of the end zone or something.
The defense and special teams for Concordia Prep again making big plays.
I mean, they took 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes off the clock, and Concordia gets the ball back unscathed.
Jay Rogers picking up enough for the first down there and getting it inside the 5.
We do have a referee huddle going on.
It's punched out. Man.
We got a referee huddle going on.
I mean, you're going to have to go with the call on the field here because
there's no replay. I don't know what you would be huddling up about. It was an obvious fumble, touch. I mean, he wasn't close to scoring. Ball came out. Ball was in the end zone. Saints recovered. Not sure what the discussion would be. It was Patrick Mahomes. I think it's a touchdown. No, just kidding. There.
Looks like it was Jordan Williams. Man, Jordan Williams has come up so huge.
Yeah, all season.
He punches that ball out at the 5-yard line and recovered by the Saints in the end zone. I think Makai Macbeth jumped on top of it to keep possession. Man, Jordan Williams has had such a big year. The senior Jordan Williams coming over, just working hard. I don't think Coach Batts thought he was going to come over and immediately be the starting safety, but he had a great training camp in August. And, I mean, he's been a guy that you haven't been able to take off the field defensively because he plays that safety position so well. Had the massive game, the Jordan Williams game against St. Mary's. 2 interceptions, 1 returned inside the 5-yard line.
The other for the pick 6.
The other a pick 6.
Wait.
Oh, man, and now Gilman's celebrating here.
What is they calling him down? What actually just happened? This is awkward and got no comment. That's terrible, but I got no comment.
So, And what I'm not going to understand is if they're going to spot this ball. It looks like they're spotting this ball. Are they going to?
I've never
That was
seen
third. That was 3rd and 9 from the 29. No, it was from the 24, I believe, actually.
I have no idea what's happening. Why Gilman's offense would be on the field?
Because if you're going to call him down, you know what? I'm going to disagree with it. But if you're going to call him down, then the ball should be spotted at the 5 for Gilman.
How's the ball?
And it looks like they're lining up around the 20 right now. They're going to replay. They're going to replay this 3rd down. I'm not really sure.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
What we're watching right now, Mark.
Nope. I don't know. Let's just.
So we're going to replay the 3rd down. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know what just
how
happened.
That's the conclusion. With little to no explanation for the Concordia Prep sideline either. They're going to hand it off here to Trusty. Trusty's going to get to the edge here. He cuts it back up the middle. He's across the 15. I think he's going to have enough for a 1st down.
I don't know what has happened here. Well, on with the game.
So across the 15-yard line, Trusty on the 3rd down carry. Clock runs now, 5:15 and counting. And what is still now a really long sustained drive for Gilman. 1st and 10 from the 13. Concordia Prep 13. Can the defense come up with another stop? And this time they do hit him right there. Trusty nowhere to go on the 1st down carry. Rodney White.
Nowhere to go.
Trayvon Lewis getting the stop as well. Matt Smith, of course. It seems like every time Matt Smith is in, obviously they do a good job of rotating these defensive tackles. No one playing all 3 downs, at least not usually on that defensive line for Concordia Prep. But every time Matt Smith is in there, man, is it hard to get around him. Having a great game defensively. He's got an offer, Matt Smith does, from St. Francis in PA. So a chance to play some Division I football. All right, loss on that one. 2nd and 11 here. Concordia Prep loading the box, ready for the run. Spearman's going to roll to his right, though, and try to get rid of it quick. He gets it to Messiah Jews, and Jews will be hit by Nick Blagman and brought down about the 10-yard line. So a gain of 4 on 2nd.
These 11 guys were made for this. They need to hear it. 12 wins.
Big shout out, of course, Peter Kauser.
Putting the charge in the defense
yeah.
and in the fans.
Our PA announcer all season, getting everyone fired up for a 3rd down. Obviously, the kind of wind taken out of the stadium.
We got the officials at it again with something.
Clock is at 3:40, stopped at 3:42 at the moment. It's going to be 3rd, and it looks like 7. Trying to get inside that 5-yard line. I think they got to get it to the 3 in order for a 1st down. Gilman does. Certainly now, Miles, definitely in 4-down territory. Now that we are inside the Tilly Chemical red zone. They hand it off to Trusty here. He's trying to get to the edge. He's across the 10, but not much more. Nice stop there. I think Jaden Dixon, one of the first in, starting the hit. Blagman as well. And A.J. Anderson. So 4th down, 4th. Be about 5, and actually it's going to be a field goal. So a kick here for Gilman.
Well,
after all that, this is a 9-minute drive. We are at the 3-minute mark. This is a 9-minute opening drive to start the 2nd half. And Gilman trying to come away with 3 points here. What is a 25-yard field goal? Hold, the snap, the kick, all good as that one lands nearly on the parking lot. A great kick for Connor Sorial. And it gets Gilman on the board.
Wow, that was an interesting. That was an interesting drive, interesting developments, something that I've never seen before. We'll have to get a post-game explanation on how that happened, why the ball was even spotted where it was. None of it really made
or very possible we don't as well.
And we probably don't.
So 3 points for Gilman. They're no longer getting shut out here. It takes them about a little over half an hour to get on the board, but with 2:54 remaining in the third quarter, Gilman breaks the ice 12-3. Saints still on top by 2 scores. Here is the second half starts to get a little bit later. And now the offense will have a chance, they'll have the chance to touch the ball for the first time since really towards the end of the 12 o'clock hour. with the extended, with that long halftime, thanks to homecoming. And then officiating aside, a really nice drive for Gilman to start the second half.
Yeah,
over 9 minutes.
I thought they mixed it up really well between the short passes and the runs. Unfortunately, some controversy in how the drive ended, but yeah, they put it together and took a heck of a lot of time off the clock. Almost took the whole quarter.
Concordia Prep will try to do the same as they will finally get the ball back. Sorial will send it deep. A little bit of an awkward roll there, and it's going to end up rolling all the way into the end zone. Tony Brown might have caught a little bit of a break there. He's not in a great position to try and field that one. So it'll touch back out to the Saints offense. Just inside 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
The Saints offense needs to respond with a long possession here. Take some time off the clock and put some points up.
Got to still give some really good credit to the Concordia Prep defense for standing strong there.
Yeah, holding just a field goal.
Easily let those calls get the best of you, but they've done a good job of.
They've had some tough calls go against the two.
A couple of
unsportsmanlikes, and then whatever just happened there on the
whatever
on the
just
fumble.
happened there.
Just got nothing there. Got nothing.
Of course, had the declined penalty that was an accepted penalty. All right, so 1st and 10 from their own 20 and 80-yard field to go for the freshman Cam Falcon, who will, a little misdirection there. They do get it off to Nick Blagman, who is across and is going to be brought down right at the 20. A good stop from Gilman. Joe Kim there. Coming up on the stop along with Griffin Graham. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 as the clock winds here in the third quarter at Saints Field. 12-3 with Concordia Prep on top of Gilman. Some MIAA A conference action. And playoff implications certainly on the line.
Let's hope that's an offsides.
I think it will be. Bryce Wilson that time jumping off sides. Brother of Colin Wilson. Playing both ways for Gilman as well. Nose tackle and center for the Greyhounds. Got his hand in the dirt a lot. Unfortunately, jumps off sides that time, but does give Concordia Prep free 5 yards. So 2nd and 5. After Blagman was held up on the first down carry. Falcon gives it to Blagman, and Blagman this time will get some positive yards, but not much more after he gets across the line of scrimmage. Picks up maybe 1.5 yards. Good stop from Gilman again defensively. Bryce Wilson.
Gilman's definitely tightened up front since early part of the game.
Yes, they have. Bryce Wilson, by the way, a senior, so I believe a year older than Colin Wilson, 2 years older actually than the sophomore Colin Wilson, his younger brother here at the Prep. Got a offer from Fairmont State earlier in the week, so college football certainly in his future. Third and about 3. Third and a long 3 for Concordia Prep here. Falcon getting the play call from the sideline. Just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. They give it to Blagman. Blagman uses his lead blocker, Brody Humphrey, and Blagman is showing off the speed. He's across midfield. He's to the 40, the 30. Can they bring him down? And they cannot.
And there are no flags.
Nick Blagman staying in bounds up the sideline. The senior Brody Humphrey, the lead blocker. A long score for Nick Blagman.
Where's Luther?
Luther, the St. Bernard.
Yeah.
Surely down there somewhere.
Great run. Fouled his block, got into the hole, fouled his block. Great run.
And Brody Humphrey from that center position swinging around there up that right side. Throwing some blocks, giving daylight for Nick Blagman, and he did the rest. Nadir Samuel couldn't track him down as Blagman just took off down the sideline.
That's how you get the momentum back.
That is a 70-yard touchdown, and they're going to go for 2 here. And a little jump pass there, trying to get it to Destin Mitchell. So Falcon hands it off to Nick Blagman, and Blagman tries to shoot it like a basketball.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, a little go up for the rebound play, put it up there for the dunk.
I like the creativity. I like the creativity there. I mean, anything where you're trying to target Destin Mitchell, usually in the favor of. Boy, was that a quick run from Blagman. It looked like Nadir Samuel had the angle on him to at least, just knock him out of bounds. But Blagman took off, put on the jets. 70-yard score. So a quick response for Concordia Prep. Puts them up 18-3. So it does remain a 2-score game technically. But you'd much rather be up by 15 than 9, Miles.
Yeah. And we're still in the third quarter.
In fact, we are after that long opening drive from Gilman. What a year Nick Blagman's been having.
He's had some big runs.
Along with just how well this Concordia Prep defense has stood. Some fluctuation at quarterback. Blagman has been steady all year at running back, as this one's going to be returned by Gilman. So that from their not their very back line, but fielded at about the 20, bringing it out to the 25. A solid return there from the freshman Aiden Johnson. Playing some defensive back, getting some looks on offense and in the special teams game as well. Aiden Johnson on the return there for the Greyhounds. So starting at their own 35 will be Gilman.
We'll see if they stay with the same quick pass and hard run up the middle.
You're inclined to say, well, why not? However, time, just how long that drive took to develop. And they're going to start even deeper in their own territory now. Rodney White in on the sack, tripping up Braden Smearman. And Smearman trying to roll out to his right again like he likes to do so often, but Rodney White that time just plowing through the offensive line for Gilman. And it seems like it's about a weekly occurrence that Rodney White gets to the quarterback at least once. Such a valuable piece up there. Very similar to kind of Nnamdi Madubuike from the Ravens, where he lines up as a defensive tackle, not a nose tackle, but a defensive tackle, and becomes a pass rusher if he's not stopping the run. And that sack from Rodney White will be the final play of the third quarter. What a great end of the third for Concordia Prep. A Nick Blagman 70-yard touchdown run. And then Rodney White, a quarterback sack that loses almost 10 yards on back-to-back plays to end the third. So all the momentum in favor of the Saints, looking for a big homecoming win as well as a senior day win right here at Saints Field. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter on the other side.
As play resumes, it'll be 2nd and 19 for Gilman.
All right, so first play of the fourth quarter here. Going to be 2nd and long, 2nd and almost 20. Spearman going to
Deep shot.
throw
He's got
deep,
him.
though. He's looking for his man Turpin, and Jaden Dixon, they're going to say, did not get his head around in time.
Actually, he did. If you watched it, he didn't have it. His back, and then as the ball was coming into the area, he did turn back to look for the ball. But this is not a spot. This will still come back to the
Yeah, you're right. So
35-yard line.
not a spot foul in the high school game. So it would just be a 10-yard penalty. Does it give them an automatic? I think it.
And a
yeah,
first down, I think. Or is it just a penalty?
I think it might just be a 10-yard penalty. So solid coverage until the very end by Jaden Dixon there. Jaden Dixon's been having a really nice year, though, here as a senior. So Jaden Dixon spent the first 2 years here at the Prep.
So it's just a penalty. It looks like no first down.
He did. He had to go back home at Arundel High School. Yeah, so just a 10-yard or a 15-yard penalty, I guess. So 2nd and 5 here, but Jaden Dixon able to come back here to the Prep for his senior season. He's been having a great year as they fumble the snap, and Spearman's able to pick it up. No one was able to fall on it from Concordia Prep, and Spearman almost picks up a first down. It looks like, yeah, he's going to be about half a yard short. That could have been. They've had a few issues in the backfield. Gilman has this afternoon.
That could have been a game breaker if Concordia recovered 18-3 lead and then recovering a fumble at about the 40-yard line.
One of the rare times where the Saints only rush about 4, and they were all spread out. That a hole up the middle just opened up for Spearman, so almost worked out for the Greyhounds there. But anyway, before this 3rd and 1, Jaden Dixon having a really nice senior year here. And actually earlier this week, got his first Division I offer from Maine, the University of Maine, for Jaden Dixon.
Well, the whistles blow before the play.
Looking like if you're going to call the play dead on the, looks like it could be an illegal procedure here potentially.
No foul.
So
no flat. Why? Never mind. It's 3rd down.
Not sure. Oh, it looks like so Braden Spearman's out for this play. They're bringing in Gabe Coratil. Coratil, the sophomore backup quarterback.
Oh,
so Braden Spearman looks like he had a contact issue.
Oh.
I just saw him on the sideline. He was putting his contacts back in, or I guess a new contact in. So the sophomore Coratil in, and he will hand it off to Trusty, and Trusty jumps over
the first down.
The initial rusher there. That was Sam Boakai getting through, and Trusty able to just leap over him, and enough for a first down. Picks up 2 on 3rd and 1.
So if it was a contacts problem, why would you drop a flag on the far side of the field?
Well, I think what I'm saying, I think they may have just made a mistake, and that the Braden Spearman's contact issue just was unrelated.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, he's right back in here, was able to get it back in. And now they're going to have another flag against the Concordia Prep defense. Warren Hernandez, the intended target. Nate Gardner getting his feet tangled up with Hernandez. And his coverage a little bit too tight there. So another penalty in favor of the Greyhounds on this drive. Another 15 yards and a first down for Gilman, and it puts him across midfield as well. So big penalty against the Saints there as the Greyhounds continue to move the ball here in the second half. Getting the aid of some penalties on this drive, but the chains do continue to move. Spearman once again looking to throw deep. He's looking for Turpin, and good coverage from Jaden Dixon. Nate Gardner in coverage there, forcing quarterback Spearman to throw that one deep. Spearman's had a really nice senior year with Gilman, obviously putting them in position to win a lot of games. 4 wins on the season for the Greyhounds. They've been in it, obviously, in their conference matchups. He suffered a concussion against Bullis in the non-conference earlier in September. Had to miss their game against Haverford up in PA. Fortunately, not a long stay out of the lineup. So they hand it off to Trusty again here on 2nd down after the incompletion. He picks up about 4. Going to be 3rd and 6. But Spearman coming a long way from his Gilman debut, which was right here at Saints Field to start off his junior season back in 2023, August of 2023. That was his first career start. They got blanked 28-0. It's definitely come a long way. Developing more as a passer and a leader of this team. Actually transferred over from Calvert Hall after his sophomore year. And nothing but great things to say from Coach Van Ziel. His hit as he throws there, trying to go across the middle. That one going to sail over the head. Could have been a really dangerous ball there. Fortunately, no deep safety back for Concordia Prep.
I think we got Rodney White down.
Rodney White down at the moment. They're going to wave over the staff. I think White was the one with pressure on Spearman, forcing that errant throw. So clock will stop at 9:42 here, and while Rodney gets checked on, I think we'll step aside as well, Miles. We'll be right back here from Saints Field. So after forcing that incompletion, Rodney White is helped off the field. He walks off under his own power. I shouldn't say helped off the field, but walks off the field under his own power, forcing that incompletion. Another QB hurry for Rodney White. Going to make it 4th. It's actually 4th and 7 from their Concordia Prep 37. Gillen's got to get to the 30-yard line to continue this drive. Trailing by 15 here in the fourth quarter. They got to have it now. And since it is such a big play, Coach Batts and Coach Donnell Brown, the defensive coordinator, will take their first timeout of the second half here. They'll have 2 remaining. DB's coach, secondary coach Charles King out there as well.
Yeah, make sure you've got the right play in on defense. You stop this play, you take total control of the game.
We haven't, and one more senior that we haven't had a chance to talk about, Travis Holmes-Hale, playing some DB, number 27 in red for the Saints. Hasn't got a whole lot of looks. This is his first year playing football, and actually is inactive today. But Holmes-Hale was a basketball kid, came out for football this year as a senior, made the team, and has been a great addition to the roster, obviously to the locker room as well. So Travis not able to see the field today, but has been on the team all year, and one of those other seniors that we had to make sure we mention as we run down the list. All right, so coming out of the timeout, we'll see what the Saints try to draw up here. They got Destin Mitchell and A.J. Anderson bookending that line of scrimmage. Sam Boakai in. And here's the 4th and 7 snaps. Remember, with a little bit of time to throw here, going towards the sideline. It would have been enough for a first, but it is out of reach of Warren Hernandez. Incomplete, a big 4th down stop for Concordia Prep and the Saints.
Huge stop. 9:37 to go in the fourth quarter. You're up 18-3, and you get the ball back.
They will take over on the turnover on downs. And a chance to try and go up by 3 scores. And almost put this one out of reach.
And take a lot of time off the clock.
Absolutely. As you said, Miles, so just over 9.5 minutes remaining in the game now. We got Sam Boakai in the backfield. The junior, typically D lineman, trying to throw some lead blocks there for Nick Blagman. Does pick up about 1 yard on the first down carry. Just trying to add some more mass in there, trying to follow that offensive line. That has Noah Miles on that offensive line. Noah Miles, one of the only 2 4-year Concordia Prep players. Brody Humphrey, the other. And Brody Humphrey, who Coach Batts calls Mr. Reliable. They hand it off to Blagman again. He'll go right up the middle following Humphrey's lead. Picks up about 3 on the 2nd down run. Key there, though, keeping the clock moving, going right up the middle there.
Yeah, I think we'll see a run here.
But Noah Miles, obviously Coach Batts compared very similar to Brody, very reliable. He's been a full-time starter on that offensive line for some time now. 2 seniors definitely leaving their mark on this Concordia Prep football program. The second class of 4-year starters that have been with Coach Joe all 4 years. So 3rd and 5, they bring in Tony Brown here. Cam Falcon over to the sideline with Nick Blagman and Tony Brown lining up in that Wildcat. It is Falcon. Handing it off to Brown, Blagman rather, and Blagman's got nowhere to go.
Whoa.
He's going to lose some yards.
Late hit.
And a late flag comes in after that hit.
Yep. That's a late hit.
And that could very easily be a moment that Gilman circles when they watch this game back. Had some mistakes in the first half. The second half looked a lot better, and you get a stop. I'm not sure who it is. Bryce Wilson.
There were several guys
Yeah.
that just continued the play after they were out of bounds.
And, you know, credit to Blackman, too. He's trying. He was never giving up on that play, even though he had a lot of white jerseys in front of him and was still behind the line of scrimmage. And almost egging Gilman into that penalty.
Well,
And-
as a defensive player, you have to know when to stop.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know where you have to have presence of mind where
Gotta
the out of bounds
See
is,
that
and
he is
then,
going towards the sideline.
yeah,
He's
and then you pull
giving
back.
himself up, essentially.
Mhm.
So instead of 4th and 10, it's going to be a first down for the Saints, and they move across the 50-yard line. We are inside 8 minutes to go.
We'll see 3 more runs.
Tony Brown, the running back. And they will pitch it out to Tony Brown, who's going to try to get to the outside.
Whoa.
And he's going to be dragged down by his jersey at the 50. So they will lose 5 yards on that first down run by Brown. But again, clock continues to roll
The
here.
clock is your friend right now. Just there's no hurry.
18-3 the score. Falcon looking to the sideline, getting the signals. As Coach Thompson delivers the play call from the sideline here. And they will hand it off to Blackman, going right up the middle, but Blackman met at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Actually, they'll give him 1, it looks like. Does fall forward. Got to bring up 3rd and 14. Bring on some 3rd down run stoppers for the Greyhounds as junior Noah Lawrence trots on, as well as the senior punter, Brian Checkley. Getting a look at him on the defensive line. Actually, he's going to be that left edge rusher right now. Oh, and a bad
that's
snap,
what
and Falcon is just going to have to fall on top of it. That is a wise decision. And a broken play from the start for Concordia Prep. But after the late hit 15-yard penalty against Gilman, Concordia is able to burn another close to 2 minutes off the clock here, if not more. We are inside 6 minutes to go, and by the time they have to punt this one away, they're going to be close to that 5-minute mark. Now you just need a clean operation here on the punt. Let Tawny get it away. And allow your defense to go after. So do stop the clock here. I don't think for... And now the clock will restart. Coach Joe wants a reset of the play clock. I think Tawny will take his time here. Clock continues to run. We're at 5:15. The Gilman fans want it snapped, and now it finally is snapped. And Tawny kicks it away. Not his best kick as it takes a hop right at the 48-yard line, and it's going to be scooped up by Gilman, still in bounds. That's Jackson Cheatham who picks it up off the bounce. No one picked him up.
The official's calling it down, I think, at the 49, possibly.
I think you're right. Our goal line official right now signals a touchdown.
Yeah, the goal line official, they're signaling it down, I believe, at the 49.
That is a very wild play at the moment.
Again, we will have, I am sure, another meeting of the minds. It's a heads-up play.
Yeah, certainly a heads-up check. That was Jackson Cheatham on the return there.
Heads-up play to pick that ball up and run and let the officials figure it out. Because obviously the one official is pointing that it's down at the 49.
So so Joe's standing right at the 40. Coach Joe is standing right at the 49-yard line, and that is where I believe the kick initially landed. It looked like it was going to go right out of bounds, but instead popped right up and landed at, then I think at the Gilman 49, but it was like right on the sideline, and it was very hard to tell, at least from our vantage point, if that first bounce, or rather the second bounce was inbounds or out of bounds. And so it looks like that referee who was standing right in front of it will make the call that ball bounced out at the 49, at the Gilman 49, before Cheatham was able to run up and grab it. So the Prep potentially catching a bit of a break here.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. How's our crowd looking today, Miles?
It's a capacity crowd. I like that.
Always a fantastic atmosphere
Beautiful
here at Saints
day.
Field. Shout out to our concession stand as well in that north end zone. Opposite side of the Beltway. Just a great place to take in a ball game of really any sport. Football, maybe you want to do lacrosse, you can do soccer, you can do baseball on this multi-purpose Saints Field turf.
And you got a beautiful view of the hill, of the big screen store. At least from my vantage point.
The big screen store, the sofa store. Pretty good deals as well on an 85-inch.
A free plug.
5.5 minutes to go, just inside
He's in
that.
trouble.
Spearman
He's getting-
is going to be under pressure on the first down play, and he is going to be brought down by Rodney White. Sam Boakai.
A multiple sack day for Rodney White.
And Nick Miles, all in on that one. I don't think you can give out 3 half sacks, but if you could, that whole D-line in on that one, I think Sam Boakai should definitely get credit for at least half. Clock continues to run. Gilman's they had all the receivers down the field as well. They have time not on their side, as Griffin Graham, the intended receiver there, felt the footsteps from Caden DeVille, Mekhi Macbeth as well. Lets that one just fall incomplete, just out of reach. So a quick incompletion after the sack. Clock stops at 4:50. Gilman trailing by 15 here on the road against the newly appointed A-conference foe, Concordia Prep. 3rd and 15. Spearman back to pass. 4-man rush. He will get it out to the sideline. He connects with Cheatham. And since that punt return did not stand, that is Cheatham's first touch of the day. Usually, I mean, obviously we can see explosive returner, explosive receiver.
4th and about 4.
Yeah, 4th and about 4 here. Struggling to get number 5 involved today. Cheatham with some D1 offers out there. Stony Brook.
Comes the rush.
Yeah, and here comes the rush and brought down on 4th down. Man, Sam Boakai having a 4th quarter here. He's throwing blocks on offense. He's getting sacks on defense.
He just blew up the middle, right? Great play. Blew up the middle.
What a day for Sam Boakai. Coming up big, the junior.
Junior coming up big on senior day.
Giving us a little bit of a glimpse into the role that he will likely have next season. Forcing the turnover on downs. A nice sack for Boakai. Mentioned Stony Brook. Stony Brook taking on Towson just up the road at Johnny Unitas Stadium in action right now. Great day to be taking some sports here in the Baltimore area. Of course, the Baltimore Marathon going on today. Now ranked in the top 25. Coach Joe's former squad, the Naval Academy, they are in the top 25. They're taking on Charlotte as the direct snap goes to Tony Brown here. Stony Brook actually up on Towson right now with 2 minutes to go in the.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a surprise.
It is a surprise. Towson trailing by 4. Up the road at United Stadium.
Timeout, Gilman.
Yeah, and the Greyhounds gonna have to use those timeouts now. So, of course, with Navy taking on Charlotte, that means Biff Poggi is back in the area as well.
Yeah.
Now the head coach of the Charlotte 49ers. Just a small world. That also means that Ayo Tafasi, the former Concordia Prep Saint, part of that 2021 first B Conference Championship team. Ayo Tafasi, now a Charlotte 49er, also back home, taking on Navy today. So that game, I think, is going to start at 3:30. So maybe this is a great appetizer for that one. If anyone wants to take in some more great football this afternoon. 4.5 minutes as Coach Van Ziel takes his first timeout of the second half. Just trying to leave any bit of time left on the clock here. So a 2-yard run by Tony Brown on that first down there. 2nd and 8.
Here, you just want to protect the ball, use the clock. If you have to punt, you have to punt, but you're up by 2 touchdowns.
And with Gilman emptying the tank on, well, you assume they're going to continue to empty the tank on their timeouts here on this possession. This could very well be for the game. If Concordia Prep's able to
get a first down.
Yeah, get a first down. 2nd and 8. Gilman looking to stop that run. They direct snap it to Tony Brown again. He gets across the line of scrimmage and a good stop. Messiah Jews, the first one in there.
Clock stops at 4:28.
Jacob Webster in the area as well, helping on that stop. Bryce Wilson, too. And, yeah, Coach Van Ziel will take his second timeout. So Ricardo Winchester on Senior Day getting the scoring started for this Saints team. A 4th and goal from really, it's not a yard line, but the inch-yard line. 4th and goal,
that
getting
was inches with a push.
Getting pushed by fellow senior Nick Miles, who was lining up in that backfield during in that muddle huddle formation, all set up by a big 4th down conversion to Destin Mitchell a couple plays prior, which was set up by a mishandled snap. Well, I shouldn't say mishandled, but a low snap that ended up not being able to get off by Gilman. That was the first score of the game back in the first quarter. Put Concordia Prep up 6-0. They scored again. Trayvon Lewis recovering a blocked punt, taking it into the end zone. Nate Gardner with the block. They direct snap it again to Tony Brown. Tony Brown picks up a couple on the 3rd and 7 here, but not going to be enough for a first. And Coach Van Ziel will take his 3rd and final timeout, stopping the clock at 4:23. Gilman going to need a lot of help on the other side here.
Basically, you need a touchdown, then an onside kick, recover, and then another score.
And another touchdown and a 2-point conversion as well.
And we've seen that before.
We
don't want to dwell on that, but
and
we
we've
have
seen
seen
a lot
that
today
before.
as well. So
and we've seen crazy stuff today. So
but
it ain't over till it's over.
Gilman trying to pull out every last stop here.
It's a big game. Like we've talked about in the standings, if Gilman could win this game,
that would put them in the
in the driver's seat for that 4th spot.
That pole position for that 4th spot.
Hey, I said drivers, and I went the driver's seat. You went with pole position. But yeah, in the way of the standings, and especially with Gilman playing Loyola next week.
Gilman plays Calvert Hall.
When Gilman plays Calvert Hall next week, and these 2 weeks are pivotal in the shift for the standings and playing for that 4th spot.
Loyola will play Spalding next Friday. So I don't want to give Loyola the loss right now, but
gotta play it.
They do gotta play it, but that will obviously shake it up a little bit more. Mount St. Joe sitting at 1-3 right now. Their lone win over Concordia Prep. Gilman team who did have a win over Mount St. Joe, so just kind of showing the parity in the league right now. So yeah, the Saints actually going to go for it here. Tony Brown lining up and trying to roll across the 40. It is very close.
With that last spin
move. It looks like they're going to say
no.
They're going to say he did not get it. Man, that was very close. Got me looking at the next week's schedule. I didn't even notice that Concordia Prep was rolling out the offense, trying to go for it and ice the
well, you know,
game
it
here
was
almost.
probably, but even still, so if you punted from here and backed them up to the 20, but if you don't execute the punt and you get it blocked or it's mishandled, I think it's a smart idea to keep the ball in the offensive hands, try to get the first down, which he was
very close.
I'm not sure he got a great spot there. I think the spot looks a little short, but with the amount of time left to go for it there versus the punt, I think that's a good call to have gone for it.
I think I agree with you as well. Make them stop you 4 times.
Yeah.
Running the ball right at you. And credit to Gilman then, they were able to do it.
They did it.
And, but they got 4 minutes now, 4 minutes and 16 seconds to try and come away with 2 scores and a 2-point conversion. We'll see if they can do it. Concordia Prep's defense is still tall.
Stay away from the big play on defense.
Spearman back to throw. And it's
Sack.
Rodney White coming off the left side.
I think he's got the hat trick.
Oh, yeah. That's at least 2 today for Rodney White.
I think that's 3. Isn't it 3 for him?
He was on one. That was like maybe a half
Well, maybe
sack.
I was premature in the hat trick. I
did just see him signal 2 at the sideline. So maybe 2 full sacks.
Two and a half. I give him 2.5.
And here comes Colin Wilson now off the left
Sacked
side,
again.
and it's another sack on Spearman. That defensive line pinning their ears back. It's a second sack for Sam Boakai now.
It's a sack attack right now. All right, defense, get ready.
Defensive line is feasting.
I think they're licking their chops right now, knowing what's happening.
Yeah. Who's it going to be now? They get it out quick enough that there's no sack this time, but immediately brought down after the reception is Marcus Turpin. Jordan Williams, I think Jaden Dixon bringing him down there. Minute is rolled off the clock, 3:10 and counting. It's 4th and 12. No timeouts left for Gilman. They have got to go. 3 minutes now. Spearman back. He's under pressure. He's going to step up a little bit, and it's almost intercepted by Jordan Williams.
Jordan Williams knows he should have had that. He wanted that. I think his eyes were on the end zone. He was on the run. Look at him. He knows it. He was on the run, had the ball in his chest, and it just popped loose.
Especially since he had that forced fumble, that punch out.
Yep.
Taken away earlier in the game that should have stood.
Yeah, I think he knows he had a pick 6 because I think if he catches that on the run, he's gone. I don't think anybody's catching him.
So turnover on downs inside 3 minutes now, 2:56 to go. And Concordia Prep about 1 first down away from picking up their 3rd win of the season.
I think they're in total control right now, 18-3 and the ball. And I think you just play it close to the vest, just run the ball.
Falcon in there, it's Blagman, the up back, and Blagman will try to bump it outside to the right side, and then he'll jump back up the middle. Looks like he'll pick up about 2 yards on first down there. Across the 40.
And the clock just rolls.
So outside of that number 1 team in this conference, so much parity.
Yeah, I mean, it's 18-3, but the scoreboard doesn't tell it all. It's a close game. There were a couple of just big plays that broke this game open.
And Concordia, Concordia Prep taking advantage of the couple mistakes that Gilman made in the special teams game.
Yeah, I mean, that and the big run by Blagman, that's the difference in the game.
And then Gilman not able to take advantage of a couple mistakes, a couple penalties against.
Oh, a broken play.
Yeah, and then Falcon
just go down.
Make sure.
Smart.
No turnovers. Keep the clock running. We're inside 2 minutes now.
Smart play. It's a smart play to do that and not try to do something heroic and get out there and run and something bad happens. You just go down. That's heads up. That's good football IQ right there.
Yeah, Cam Falcon coming in. I think they wanted to use him, more as a wide receiver, and he was playing some wide receiver, but ended up evidently being the only backup quarterback on the roster for Concordia Prep this season. So Falcon ended up having the rest of his snaps, both defensively and offensively, limited, with him as the primary backup to Justin Dixon. Lo and behold, opportunity presents itself, and Looks like Cam Falcon in his first career start as a freshman will be 1-0.
What do you think his quarterback rating is? I think he's 2 for 2.
I think you're right.
With
Yeah,
like 12 yards, 15 yards.
Massive conversion on the that fourth down to Destin Mitchell, setting up the first touchdown of the game. And yeah, no turnovers.
No, he
been holding on to the football.
For what coming in this kind of situation, I think he did a fantastic job. Just kind of did what he needed to do to manage the game and get the win. That's what it's all about, is getting a W.
Definitely a very athletic kid as well. They use him in a few runs, but again, obviously, clearly, he is doing his job, which is to protect the football today, and he has done that. Concordia Prep has not turned the ball over. They've made some big plays in the special teams game, and has allowed their defense to be put in a very opportune spot where they can pin their ears back, get back-to-back sacks to close out the game. Noah Robinson out wide at the bottom. Wade Warren is out wide at the top. Haven't had a whole lot of time to talk about Wade Warren as Blackman is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Clock runs inside a minute. But yeah, Wade Warren's had a great year transferring over from Wild Lake High School out in Howard County, and had battled through some injuries this year, and just didn't get on the same page as quickly as you would like with Justin Dixon. But he did make some really nice plays, some big splash plays, and it's been a big part of this Concordia Prep season, and still a lot of season left. Still going to have at least 3 games left with Lou High on the horizon in November as well. So at least 3 games left, but Wade Warren been a big part of this senior class as well for Concordia Prep.
And hopefully there's a playoff future.
Very well
They've
could
got
be.
themselves in the mix now. That's what you want to be at this time of the season.
So
you just want to be in the mix.
So with this, Gilman will fall to 2-3. Calvert Hall is going to remain at 2-2. So they will slide up into sole possession of that 4th seed. Top 4 make the playoffs here in the MIAA. Concordia Prep will be at 2-3, and they will be in 5th.
In the 5th seed, where then the 4th seed is playing the 6th seed next week.
Yeah, and they'll more or less control their own destiny at that point, because they have another match. They have a matchup with Calvert Hall next Friday.
Right.
Sorry, Gilman does. Then they take on Calvert Hall the final week of the season. They take on McDonough. Concordia does next week.
Yeah, so Concordia,
ahead of them,
by winning this game, puts themselves right back into the mix for the 4th spot.
And it's going to be a tough matchup at McDonough next Friday in Owings Mills. But definitely feels great to get that monkey off your back. Hadn't won a game since September 14th. And it looks like they're going to elect the same strategy here as Concordia took their second timeout. So they have 1 remaining here if they need it. And they're going to try to run they don't want any mistakes in the punting game here. So they give it to Blagman. Blagman picks up some positive yards on 4th and 14. But he will be brought down at the 40. Clock will stop at 21 seconds. And Gilman will get 1 more chance here to change the perception of this final score.
I would rush. I'd put 1 guy on the defensive line. Really, I would. I'd rush 1 guy. I had everybody else back.
If you could rush 1 guy from Concordia, who is it?
Wow. What, today?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I rush Rodney White, put everybody else back. You got a choice. The way the defensive line is played today, you could just put – but I would just put 1 guy up, and I'd have everybody back and just to protect against the end zone.
Looks like they will go with a traditional look here.
Yeah.
They will drop kind of 3 deep with Jaden Dixon, Jordan Williams, and Nate Gardner on the near side. .21 seconds remaining. Smearman will hand it off to Trusty. Trusty is met in the backfield. Another big stop for Concordia Prep. Caden DeVille, last one in there, throwing down Isaiah Trusty, and Gilman.
That'll do it.
Will let the clock hit triple zeros. And Concordia Prep will take down the Gilman Greyhounds 18-3 here on Senior Day and Homecoming weekend.
This one's over here on Saints Field, Homecoming weekend 2024.
Big win for Concordia Prep. Defense came up big, special teams came up big, offense came up big with one big run. No turnovers. That's the recipe for success.
Should also mention two more seniors that we didn't get to today, Sydney Stewart and Cam Allen Jones. Sydney Stewart has been unavailable this season, but obviously we're obviously all very familiar with his contributions over the last 3 years as a Saint. And, I mean, he's committed to Maryland, so hopefully a chance to see him play at the next level with the Terps down in College Park. Saw him chalking up with a few of his future teammates last Friday at Spalding. Spalding, of course, more or less becoming a feeder program for the Terps, which I'm sure Coach Loxley loves, and I know Coach Kyle Schmidt loves as a former Terrapin himself. But, yeah, Malik Washington, Delmar White, to name a few, Jaden Ships, all committed to Maryland from Spalding. So Sydney Stewart will be down at College Park next fall and has been a tremendous part of this Concordia Prep football program and helping Coach Batts, establish his culture and what has been a very nice, very fun culture here at Concordia Prep. And Cam Allen Jones as well. He is back at Aberdeen High School this season, but he was in the building today. And again, same deal. Everyone knows how important he's been the last 3 seasons in that middle linebacker position and how important he has been on that Concordia Prep defense. And even without Sydney Stewart and Cam Allen Jones, you can see the kind of performance that this defense is still capable of putting up. And that's really a credit to what Cam and Sid have been able to build over the last 3 years here at the Prep.
And it's picture time.
It is picture time. Your favorite part,
I love
Miles.
picture time.
You think Luther's going to get in there?
I haven't seen much of Luther. I thought after the touchdown.
Maybe it's more of a soft launch, but it was. But yeah, we'll very exciting over the rest of this year. Obviously, in the winter and spring seasons, I'm sure we'll see a Luther out and about here on the Concordia Prep campus, and of course next season and moving forward. But a fun addition to the Concordia Prep family. But that will do it as we wind things down now. Final score here at Saints Field. Gilman 3, Concordia Prep 18. Miles, another great season. Thank you so much, my friend.
Yes, sir. The voice. The voice. I appreciate everything you've done, brought to the voice, to the broadcast.
Well, I mean, they make it easy. Everyone here makes it easy. Big shout out, of course, to everyone on hand making this broadcast possible. Of course, Jonathan Kauser on the sticks. As usual, he missed a few games for us, but I think Jonathan remains undefeated on the camera, dating back to last season and now this season. So Jonathan, I think Coach Joe, I guess he's gonna have to give you a raise or something, and make sure that you are always working the camera, at least for home games. But yeah, Jonathan always been huge on working the camera, the scoreboard, everything else for us behind the scenes. LB, Lachlan Barton helped us out at one point. Brody Thompson, Jordan Williams' younger brother. Maybe a future Saint, who knows, was helping us out at one point this season for, of course, ironically, for the Jordan Williams game. Brody Thompson was on the camera for us. And again, a big thank you to our athletic director here, Jenna King. She does about 1 million things on any given day and always helps us out when we need it. If I ever need something, she will drop everything to make sure that I get whatever I need to make sure we can get this broadcast off and running. So a big shout out to Jenna, of course, Coach Batts as well, and everyone here on the staff at Concordia Prep. Just such a fun place to be, a fun place to be a part of a great community, and a great way to kind of put a bow on homecoming weekend before the big homecoming dance here tonight at the Prep. And of course, you as well.
You going?
I am not going.
You're not.
I didn't have a date, Miles. But a big thank you to you as well, our viewers. Thank you for tuning in, watching, and listening wherever you may have been this afternoon and all season. For Miles Goodman, this is Griffin Bass saying so long from 1145 Concordia Drive. Have a great night. Good luck.